What's up, guys? Oh, just woke up. I gotta grab me a pizza, like I normally do. But yeah, there's some shit going down. It's not because of Elon Musk doing that. That was very obviously. It's very obviously Elon Musk was going to do what he did.
Nice, huh?
Don't get too comfy. I've got more Zeds just waiting.
You're not dead enough. Nailed him!
Man, the shit's getting crazy.
Done!
Like, Elon Musk is the start of the revolution of freedom. That's the whole point. Like I said before many times on my channel, this is going to be the battle of the billionaires.
A little blood loss never hurt anyone. Wave 2.
Battle of the billionaires.
Watch it, more Zeds!
I know a lot of people might say, like, oh, there's other things in that. Oh, there is. It's going to be Battle of the Billionaires. It's going to be people buying off everything and doing all this stuff and that. %. It's already happening. Yeah, all this stuff's already happening.
Careful, guys!
Doesn't matter what anybody says, it's gonna happen because this is what happens every so many years and that. Or so many, decades and shit. Yeah, it's like every generation to speak.
Don't worry, the next one will be harder.
You're not dead enough. Barbecue time.
It's gonna happen. It happens. I mean,
Just gotta
you
make
think
sure.
about every like every like 100 years you have an enormous change. Well, that's basically what this is. This is the change. It started with Trump. Trump went to Elon, and then that's when you start getting the massive changes of stuff. So it doesn't matter what anybody says. It's gonna change. Humanity always has a way. Every time you have really
Shutting down.
crappy or
Any second now.
like right now it's wokeism. Where the fuck is that at? That was in here somewhere.
Protect the area if you can.
I guess we have to get the ones down
Oh
here.
shit!
What's up?
Hey, Matt.
Damn, look out! Wild and crazy time!
I'll be on after I done yachting.
Easy.
Not terrible, but that's just the warm-up.
And stay there. First song ever! Just gotta make sure. You're not dead enough. In för helvete! Now, look out! Oh shit!
But yeah, they're just.
Barbecue time.
Where the fuck that damn thing that? That was over here somewhere.
Nice, huh?
Area breached. This will be fun.
Oh, there it is. Is that it? No, it's not. Did they move it? I thought it was right there.
Shiny new Kevlar here. Oh, thank you, me.
They're right behind you. Well, almost.
Damn, I couldn't find where the other one was at.
Keep the Zeds out of that area.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Ah! Did you twit? Throwing another Zed on the barbie. And stay there. I'm making the best mess ever. I can't hear! Pyrotechnics. Ah!
This area remains mostly secure. This one's helping you somehow. Is this some sort of prank? You're not this good. None of the Zeds made it in. Surprising. Want a cookie?
Yes, I do. But yeah, so we got 7 more days till midterm. You're probably going to see a little bit of change in the directions. They're happening already. Of course, they're just pollings. But yeah, the shit's going to happen, and like, it's going to be hilarious. All the crybabies out there.
Grenades are serious business.
There's a lot of crybabies out there. And there is. It's sad, but there is. Little babies that cry, oh my god, this is so bad. All the people that literally just hate someone for doing good, and they love someone that's doing horrible. It's like, to me, I don't give a shit. All I care about is the well-being of everybody. Maybe I could be a billionaire like Elon Musk and all these other people actually fucking care about humanity.
I found ammo.
It doesn't just fucking sit there and want to complain and bitch and fucking moan every 5 seconds about every damn thing.
My eyes! Barbecue time. You twitch, ass face. Oh, sting. Just gotta make sure. You. In för helvete!
There must be something wrong with the calibration.
Yeah, you get a lot more experience on multiplayer. It must have changed that. That's crazy. But yeah, the more I see this, the more I see what's going on, Matt, with the world, Matt, I'm starting to notice just the chain of events have been
Armor will
like.
help you keep your insides in. Most people prefer
It's all about like one or two things: money and money and power. First off, and how much people don't have that. It's just like ferociously hilarious.
Got ammo here. In för helvete!
Don't break your arm patting yourself on the back.
Careful, guys. You twitch, ass face. Barbecue time. Just gonna make sure. You're not dead now. Want more? I've got more! Did you twitch, ass face? Pyrotechnics. Just gotta make sure.
Yeah, this is why we keep having problems. People are just constantly just believing
And stay there.
and following all these things and that. And it's always the haters and the people that are losers. These are the reason why people are losers, because they don't want to follow what's actually there, what the actual truth is. They want to follow nonsense, stuff that's easy, what they want you to hear, not what you need to hear, what you want to hear.
Oh shit!
And that's why we have these problems.
The resupply pod is open.
It's getting seriously more and more like shit.
The fact your survival is an accomplishment is pathetic, like you.
Should have made.
You think that's it? There's plenty more sets.
And this stuff's getting real though. You can look at Marvel. You can see all these companies that have been around for about 100 years now, all falling apart.
Barbecue time.
And you can say, why are they falling apart? Well,
Just gotta make sure.
because when you get too much power, you kind of get bored doing stuff, I guess.
Expect you to make it through that wave.
That's basically what it is.
Did you twitch, ass face?
I need
You
to
get bored.
find out
Like, YouTube's been around for,
to injure you.
what, since 2006, so the next 4 years it'll be 20 years. 20 years YouTube's been around. You're going to see a huge change in YouTube. Someone's going to end up buying it again, because that's what people do. And people are going to,
Barbecue time. Just
you know,
gotta
how
make
much
sure.
would it be worth if, you know, they brought freedom and get shadow bans out, but actually people who are talking that. Because YouTube's a big source of that stuff, too. I mean, it would be phenomenal, honestly.
Ass face. Cloaked enemy here. You're not
If you say, like, Elon Musk bought YouTube. Okay. So then, if Elon Musk say, or some other billionaire bought YouTube,
And stay there. In for helvete. Just gotta make sure. One more for the grill.
and would you see dramatic change with it too? Well, obviously you do. Fucking
Pyrotechnics.
Elon just came in to Twitter and he's already changed a lot of stuff. What's gonna be next? It's gonna be YouTube. YouTube's a very enormous site for information in that too, and for, you know, they're a little bit more I guess, slightly more free than, because they make money off, they make a lot of money off of people in that, so they gotta keep people on so they can make their billions of dollars a year or whatever the fuck it is. As like you said, this is Battle of the Billionaires, Battle of people with the most money, just buying shit. That's all it is. And once when all this stuff gets bought up again, transition's probably going to happen again, you know, later on in life. You're going to get a bunch of complainers and bitches and moaners.
Got ammo here.
You're always going to have those race baiter people that spin race every 5 seconds and cry, bitch, and moan, because they're victims. And that's the fucking transition of life. There's always going to be a victim. Everyone's always going to have some type of victim. Oh my god. Life's so bad. Let's complain about people that actually work hard compared to people that don't work, if not at all, or don't do something that's unique to their abilities and push, you know, something forward. It's more or less likely do things for me so I can make a, you know, good living, because I need the good living so I can make myself look better.
And stay there.
It's basically what I see about people that don't have the strength to push forward.
You're not dead. Barbecue time.
That's basically what it is. They don't have the strength to push forward. What's up, Parker?
And stay there. You're not dead enough. In for helvete! Great flash power!
Hello.
You twitch.
Hi.
Hey, Toxic.
I've been hit. You're not dead enough. One of those moody flesh powers. And stay there.
Spend it all. Money does you no good in the grave.
That's hella far away.
Hello, Sight Guy Gamer.
Side guy gamer. I like that. Hey, Barker. So how you guys doing today? Guys doing good? Oh, no, it's this way. But yeah, these are gonna be the transitions of the decade. The telltale signs when Elon Musk literally bought Twitter, and now you're starting to see the balance change dramatically with everything. Even though people establish that they hate people that want to change stuff, like, well, you hate people because you live in a bubble. I'm doing good, I'm just chilling. Might be doing some multiplayer with this in a little bit.
Anyone need ammo?
Just kind of want to get my mind out of what's going on with the world and that. I'll tell you what, dude, it's getting
Why
crazy.
do you insist on getting in the middle of a family dispute? Coward.
Where's it going?
It's not electricity has great potential for serious burns.
now the seed on the
Plasma intriguing. Would you like to be part of an electrical circuit? This is what's called the fourth state of matter.
Either way, you're history.
Rerouting power from shields. Igor, would you come? Stare on how predictable. Electricity has great potential. Armor integrity failed. Come, my Igor. I'm disappearing before your eyes.
felt good.
He does. Please do away with
In
it.
for helvete.
These clones are limited. Just
Love
like
it.
my patience. Do
That's funny as
not
fuck.
test
Just
me.
wait for the burn.
Wave 11.
But yeah,
Barbecue time.
I believe someone's gonna end up getting YouTube.
Should have basted it first.
I don't know who's gonna buy it, but someone's gonna end up buying YouTube.
Throw another Z on the barbie.
Because Google got it. YouTube started off as a small company, then Google bought it. And all the ads and that, but now since advertisers are from everywhere, you kind of don't need YouTube or Google anymore, honestly.
Don't get too cocky. I've got more Zeds just waiting.
Byron, you know that Black Hound's on steroids. You twitch, ass face. In for
Yeah, it's
helvete.
gonna get crazy.
You're not dead enough. Great! That's power. I'll take you down.
Deal with the stragglers. I'll make sure the next round is a challenge.
And stay there. By the way, your history. Wonder what's under. This is like violence therapy. Let's send you back to oblivion. I found ammo. Strike, everybody!
The resupply pod.
Yeah, that multiplayer sucks.
Spend your dosh and shut up.
Just having like one more person in this game makes it super fucking more difficult.
It's pathetic, like you.
That's crazy. But yeah, we're gonna see surprises. Kanye West is gonna be the next one to buy something, and whatever he's gonna buy is gonna, you know, push the levitations of humanity slightly forward. Because just like what Elon Musk has been saying, he's like, I'm only doing it for humanity, and he's like, I don't give a shit about. I don't give a shit about politicals.
Buy ammo.
I just find it kind of funny that people are like killing each other and being stupid about this stuff. It's like, oh, you gotta have a point there. It's like we should just all be happy,
Call for guns and bullets.
live life, get what we deserve, what we think life is, and push forward.
You aren't ready for this.
Everyone wants to be rich.
But here it comes anyways.
Iron down! Roy,
Don't break your arm patting yourself on the back.
Yeah, everyone wants to be rich, but how rich do you want to be? Well, I think a legacy is not just about money. I think a legacy is about what you actually want to do in your life, and you complete it. So, like mine is, you know?
in for helvete! You
Hopefully-
twitch, ass face.
You know, make people more sane, make people more open-minded. Hopefully, have the community not be so scared of themselves. Push things forward slightly.
Kill them firing! Yay! Just gotta make sure.
Go to the pod. Body.
No, that's one of the things I actually think about wanting to do, and that I am doing it is pretty nice. We're all too poisoned by entertainment, and what we're entertained by is evidently not that intelligent. There's a lot of people out there that are, man, I'd say, well, there's a lot of millionaire babies out there, man. There's some of these people who are just fucking cringe.
I found ammo.
It's the way they think, it's the way they do things. It's just like, oh my god. It's just sickening to listen to how fucking dumb people are. Like people on TikTok, you got a lot of people on Twitch, there's also some people on YouTube and that, and they don't even try. Motherfuckers don't even try at all.
I'm not running with the dodge for that. Idiot.
They literally sit there and there's one guy, he's a drama fucking YouTuber. Dude doesn't even try anymore. He literally sits there and he just talks what's from his mind. He can make over $10,000 to $20,000. Not even joking you. 10, 20 thousands of dollars. And he just has to say a stupid ass fucking like thing. He'd be like, oh, this is stupid, and then talk about something stupid, and all of a sudden he gets like over 1 million views.
Watch out! Cloak them.
It is fucking ferociously pathetic for someone with so much money, and you're not contributing to humanity at all. You're not doing anything for anybody. You're basically just making your own bullshit excuse of money, and you're not helping anyone. You don't answer any questions and that. You look like a fucking idiot. You look like you don't do nothing. You look very unhealthy. I mean, that I see. You think with how easy your fucking shit is, you think you'd be like more promotive in life than that.
Just gotta make sure.
But God forbid, can't do that.
Pyrotechnics.
Being more promotive in life is bad. That's basically what it is. It's just trash. It's fucking trash.
And stay there. You know that on steroids. One more for the grid.
Things you see it so much. These are the millionaire babies. These are people that they started on YouTube first and that, or so whatever, and that you can see a huge difference of how much money people make in that. So you get people like PewDiePie.
Angry lumberjack.
Dude doesn't talk about anything. He talks about his random shit. He talks about what's on his mind, basically. It makes millions of dollars a fucking, like literally he makes millions of dollars a fucking month. And that's not even just advertisements of his shit and that, all stuff and that.
Anyone need ammo?
Fantastic. What are you doing with it? I mean, that was easy. That's massively easy money. Not everyone's gonna have that chance.
Sets far away.
Are using that? I mean, you can use any of those shotguns to do that.
That fleshpound must have had some sort of.
But yeah, that shotgun is really fun, especially if you get this the normal Doomstick. But yeah, we're dealing with a lot of stupid shit, and like, I'll tell you what, it's fucking. It makes you want to laugh. I don't know about that. See, that's.
Got ammo here.
Yeah, just you see it more and more. I mean, they're not doing anything. I mean, I'm a very small YouTuber, but I talk about things that I see that could help out humanity a slight bit. Because, you know, God forbid, it's going to be a little bit for schools starting to get their shit together.
Barbecue time. Just gotta make sure.
The schools are like shit now. The influencers are shit now. No, it's time to get some new shit out there. Hopefully on the beginning of it. There's quite a few of us out there.
You know that flesh pound's on steroids. You're not dead.
But I don't want to just read fucking articles and shit. Fuck that, that's boring. That's what people do all day. They go to articles and that, and they read articles and that. The news outlets and shit. That's fine. You don't regurgitate what everybody else is saying. Let's put our brains together and actually do something with it.
Damn it!
People regurgitate what everybody else says, and it's fine, but like, Jesus Christ, I mean, like I said about the billionaires and that, it's gonna happen, it's already happening.
Oh, thank you, me.
The billionaires have got together, Trump, Elon Musk, all these people got together in a fucking meeting. They all are discussing how they're gonna make, you know, the flow of humanity work, and this is what they always do. Every single time. And people don't want to say that they don't know. They fucking do. Yeah, I guess it's a coincidence.
You're not dead enough.
That you get all these people are just saying like, okay, we're gonna go against the system, and also out of nowhere you start seeing like Kanye West goes against it. You start saying God this, I believe in God, and then Elon Musk like the best for humanity, and Trump's best for America. It's all the same thing.
Molotov at the boss glitched through the map and the boss died.
Oh yeah, I had that. Not that way, but I did have it happen like that. Like once. Glitched it. The boss glitched through the
trainer pod design is not terrible.
That shit's so funny. Yeah, whatever, let's get these. Actually, I'm gonna get the one. I'll need to. We'll max it out.
Pod shutting down.
Now let's get the one, max it out. But yeah, the shit's getting crazy. So who else is gonna come out next? Who's the next person that's gonna be like, I'm done with this shit? You already got celebrities doing it. Say Dwayne Johnson. Dwayne Johnson's coming out. He's already saying, fucking leave the fans.
You pathetic, odious little worms.
He's gonna be the next one. He's already doing it. So,
Anyone need ammo?
Ready to die!
Pyrotechnics.
Gun and gas. I really have to waste gas on you, vermin. Enough of these little attacks. There is something more to think about. Fools! That was the easy part.
Just gotta make sure.
See what I have for you next.
You think you're tough. You're not. You're a bug. Prepare to be squashed.
yeah, that's what's happening then. So we'll just wait and see who's gonna come out next. They got together in that. They're you got multiple hedge funders starting to leave the super like lefty commie, elites and shit. It's gonna happen, and it's gonna happen even more. So I mean, I don't know. I don't want to bring up anything from Q and that, but when QAnon was talking, in 2017 and that or whatever QAnon is, probably a military insert, I'm guessing. They said it specifically. They said you're gonna start seeing a lot of changes in that.
You're not dead enough.
If you're for humanity, you're not for communism, you're for, love and God and that, then just sit down and watch it all turn out. It's already turned out. This stuff's already been put in play. And that's what I always say, like, Trump's the prophet in that. Well, it's not because he's a prophet in that. It's not because of anything like that. He's the new wheel on the block that's turning, and it's getting faster and faster. And people are starting to notice that now, because you start seeing, okay, you got Elon Musk, you got Kanye West, you got all these billionaires starting to come out. The stuff's turning. The wheel's turning faster. More people are coming out and talking and being like, this shit's crazy. Yeah, it is. People are going against it because they've always been against it. But it's like, but most people that are not in, like, so So basically what I'm trying to say is most people that are not in allegiance with these corruptors, which is what you want to call them, they're the ones losing. They're the ones sitting there struggling now because they're losing a narrative. And they're about to drop every penny and dime that they have to keep this narrative going. And only maybe like barely 1% of the population actually is in this bubble, what they call an echo chamber. Disney, all Hollywood, most of Hollywood directors, and these big companies and that. Look what kind of shows they're making. Look at Marvel. Marvel's making shit. Look at DC. DC's gonna start. The Warner Brothers fucking CEO just fired a shit ton of people from Warner Brothers now because all these people are making money. He says, you guys ain't making money. You guys are making crap. And they said, my fees matter. I said, no, money matters. Get the fuck out. So he fired a whole bunch of them. That's the next step forward. That CEO is part of that billionaire group. Part of the people that are sitting there, this is fucking ridiculous. It's gonna happen. Because these are the people that have been, making money off their money for the longest time. And so that's why you're seeing the stuff that you're seeing. And it's going to continually happen. These people are creators. They're like, oh, they just want to make money. They got billions of fucking dollars. They don't want to make any more money. They want to hold their power. Because with power comes great responsibility. Donald Trump said that, and Spider-Man said that. Anyone with more power than the average person is more responsible for that power. Stronger, smarter, have more currency, have more skill than them. You are the one that has to have that discipline. You are the one that has to have the creative mind to push forward. Because many people don't. Many people are what you call, say, servants to the higher-ups. Because you work for them and that. You don't want to think outside the box because you're scared that the world's going to go against you. But people like me, I'm not scared of dying. I'm not scared of that stuff and that. I mean, honestly, it shouldn't matter. Because I know that life is going to be great. And that we're going to keep on pushing forward.
And stay there. One of those greedy cars.
We have to keep doing it.
And stay there.
I know people don't care about that shit now because what it is,
you're not dead enough.
You don't care about it because it doesn't bother you to see the change. The change is beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. When I was younger, and a lot more people went to church. I can't say church is all good. Most churches, do okay, but the Vaticans are 100% Satanisms. They just have so much disgusting things that they do, and they want to preach that they're better than everybody else, and the Pope is the best thing ever. Pope's a fucking puppet.
You're not dead.
We always say that people are puppets and that because they are. They're puppets.
The area remains secure. You get a gold star.
So the more we go through life and that, the more you start to understand the repeats of certain things. I've been alive for 33 years now. I say in the last 10 years, I've been seeing just the same repeat of stuff over and over and over again. So it's time to get shit together and start pushing this narrative about, humanity itself. We are humanity. We are the ones that are pushing a good narrative, or at least trying to.
Got ammo here.
While everybody else is just brainwashed to just be, I want to be entertained, I want to be entertained, I want to be entertained, I want to be entertained. And people that don't want to get jobs and that because social media and that and all this stuff and that because they're so used to being on their phones and that. Most likely people will be working from home and that a lot more, or working and
I found ammo.
in their own little bubble and that. And it's like that's what's gonna happen. It's already happening. I used to be just like that.
Move it, idiot. Get some gear.
I was scared shitless to be with people and that, but now I'm just like, dude, I love it. I love I love working that. I love being around people and that, even though I see a lot of stupid shit.
If you can.
Oh, fuck. God, I hate boom. Fuck off. I think it makes them weaker though. Yeah, it does. Fuck all of that, bitch. Okay.
Come on, let's go.
Damn! Fuck off of me, my god, they spawn right on top of you. They do such a good job with that shit.
Did you twitch, ass face?
Damn.
Throw another Z on the barbie.
I hate boom.
Wonder what's under his apron. In för helvete! You're not dead enough.
But yeah,
Sure.
that's exactly what you're seeing in that, and I just can't wait. That's why I'm not worried. People are really freaking out about this shit. What's gonna happen? The world's gonna end, all this bullshit. I've seen some people like, the world's gonna end. Like, if the world was gonna end, we would see the signs already. Nothing's happening. These are all big, what you call bigotry words that people use to pull in fear so that they can make money off of your narrative, which is what you think life is.
Area breached. You are so screwed now.
The world's not going to end. You're just an idiot. Stop it. Stop thinking about that stuff because we're indoctrinated to think that way because we really are. And it's quite sad. But people do it. And it's just like, oh, it's getting pretty, and it's, matter of fact, this is happening all over the world. When I say just billionaires, I mean like people from all over the world got together and decided how humanity needs to be. And you have the elitists on these crazy commies that literally say, I don't give a shit about anything else. They're in a cult. They're in a satanic cult or whatever the fuck they want to call it. And then you got the people, be part of God or be part of, the love and the passion of people and that. We can all grow together kind of thing. The other one's more enslavement. South and North again. I keep saying this. This is literally a South and North issue. This is the Democratic South versus the Republic North. and this is how it's always been. They haven't changed. People say the Democrats changed it. No, they're still slave owners. They want you to be a slave to them. They just did it a different way. They do it through narrative, through money, through whatever that it is. It's the same shit. You know, Hollywood people came out. You know, these people are in this cult and that. They're like, yeah. They'll give you millions of fucking dollars as long as you do what they say. They give you all the hottest fucking chicks in the world. Biggest titties, nicest pussies, whatever that is. Nicest butt. You'll get the whole luxury. But when it comes time for them to use you, you better be ready. That's why I don't want to be a celebrity. Unless it's in my own way. Anyway, I gotta go take a shit. So I'll be right back. Talk about that. I'm gonna watch some salty cracker. Man, I gotta take a dump. Oof. Ooh, wow.
possible results. Bolsonaro may also jail the radical left court justices who made it a crime for the Populist Party to campaign effectively. Dude, it's gonna get ready for the mainstream media press in this country. I don't know what the hell they're gonna do in Brazil, but I know what they're gonna do in this country. They're gonna say, look, it's a January 6th event in Brazil. This is just like in America. All of these Trump supporters have fomented and escalated the violence in Brazil that's taking place right now. This is all Donald Trump. They're going to try to impeach Donald Trump over what's going to happen in Brazil tonight if any of this plays out. You watch. It'll all be our fault.
I love these fucking people.
Bolsonaro, a Hitler, and a...
Okay. That shit's so dumb. Breaking news. The Brazilians just had their presidency. And this shit is fucking hilarious. The Democratic Party in Brazil has won the election by bullshit reasons. And everybody, YouTube censoring it. You can't say that there was anything wrong with it. YouTube on Brazil, no one. What I was just saying before, it's all in the cold. It's all in the cold. They're all part of the same people.
My eyes! Pyrotechnics.
You want to say that they're not? That's why it's happening. The corruption's the whole world. The whole world's been corrupted. And now we're fighting back against the corruption. And now these people that own all these things that are, making up their own fucking rules and shit to keep the corruption going on because they can't not lose. They have to win. They're like little children. I have to win! Oh my god! Oh my god, I have to win! They're spoiled little children. They're all hedge funders with billions of dollars. They cry and bitch and fucking moan. They never had real jobs. They never worked at McDonald's. They're the ones that own McDonald's. Maybe not legitimately, but they're the ones that have family members that from the Rockefellers from fucking 100 years ago. That's what it is. And some of the children grown up and they're, like Tom McDonald. Wow, that's a convenient name. Noah Rockefeller. That's convenient fucking name now, isn't it? Them two, the rappers. It's kind of funny how they have these very massively high-tech names, like Rockefeller, McDonald. They're all part of these elites. And they're tired of the bullshit. They're coming out. That's why they talk the way they talk. That's why Tom McDonald makes the rap he makes. So you see a whole bunch of other people doing the same thing. Because this is a narrative that we're trying to break this psychological warfare. You hear it all the time in music. Killing, raping, pillaging like you're fucking Vikings. Shit, Vikings have more morals than they do. They did it for survival, honestly. They do it because they're bored. There could be promotional stuff without talking about crap. It's the same garbage shit over and over again. It's constantly repeated. And people just keep on thinking about it like, okay, what happened with Bush? Bush in 2001 started the whole transition that's happening now. Donald Trump stepped in 2016 because Obama didn't do shit. They were all part of the same group. Trump thought Obama was going to do good because he talked a very good point. But Obama didn't do anything. Trump said, well, fuck it, I got to step in now because this is horrible. Our country's falling apart. And it's like, yeah, have respect for where you live at. If you don't, then get the fuck out. No one's going to accept you. You go anywhere else, the rules are a lot different. You don't have freedom of speech. You can't bring drugs in like that one dumb NBA player went to Russia with all those drugs and got arrested because he thought that she was invincible because she's black? I'm like, what the fuck? Cause you're an NBA player? Shut the fuck up. You're dumb. Other countries look at this like, oh my fucking god. The ones that are not fully corrupted with this shit. Like Brazil's corrupted.
Pyrotechnics.
What did Biden do? Biden gave Brazil billions of fucking dollars he got in the office. Billions of dollars. For what? Because that's one of their strongholds. And they know it. That's why you're starting to see it more and more and more. You're starting to see that they're starting to fall apart. Ukraine's a stronghold. 100% a stronghold. No matter what anybody says. That's why they're fighting over it. Because it's a stronghold. They can't do what they want all the time. Like they were talking about that people were trying to like invent another COVID virus supposedly. They're testing it out. Why? Because they're desperate. Oh, it is. They're just desperate. They know that they're losing. It's like I said, for a bunch of crybabies, they know that they're losing, and they can't help but sit there and cry.
Basted it first.
So North versus the South again. South's always been people that want to lie and put fear in your heart, like the Ku Klux Klan towards the blacks and towards the white Republicans.
Pyrotechnics.
If you didn't know that, well, that's what it was.
Scrape, everybody! Oh shit!
Because they don't know how to do it legitimately, because you can't have two sides do the same thing.
You're not dead enough.
The one side always has been like that. If you look at the history of the Democrats and Republicans.
This is like violence therapy! Oh, that felt good! Oh shit! Did you twitch, ass face? Throw another Z on the
And that's why we keep on having these transactions over and over and over and over again. And people don't see it. This is interesting. Soon the Brazilian Democratic President won. Massive censorship is saying they're basically giving it away. This is how fucking dumb they are. You know, because the Republican, you know, supposedly the Republican candidate stated that there was an issue with it. Instantly. It wasn't stolen. There was nothing wrong with it at all. It's safe. 100% safe. That's what they're saying. 100% safe. So you're saying that it was, because you have to come out quickly, as fast as possible. You not see how dumb you are? That doesn't make no sense. You're saying that normally if you come out quick enough, it's called a psychological mind trick. If you come out too fast, just like when you're in a woman, the woman's not satisfied, right? This is a mind trick. If you come out too fast and say something this quick, people are going to think, that's really awkward, isn't it? Oh, no, we have evidence and proof. They'll bring up a whole bunch of people that are paid for here. Here's $5,000. Go say something about how great this election is. And all of a sudden, you know, dumb fucks will be like, oh yeah, 100%, oh my god, that's only real. And what happens? The media outlet dogs from Twitter and all these other places now, you're gonna start seeing on YouTube that all these fucking they're all part of the Satan system. It's a system regulated bullshit. It's so small, but they have such a big voice because they're part of the system. You're gonna start seeing all of them come out. They're all gonna say it. That election 100% safe. People that say that are bigots or conspiracy theorists. Just like when people prove that the Earth is a plane, that Earth's flat. When it got bigger, now no, it was just like a theory, and then now it's actually becoming real. Well, because it is real. We don't live on a damn ball. You're dumb. And now look at it. They censored it. 2017, 2018, they censored the fuck out of all of it. Why? Because it's right. So anything that's been censored is the opposite of what they're saying. Just to get that in your head. Because that's why they're censoring it. People think, oh, they're censoring it because it's wrong. No, they censor it because it's probably right. You don't censor what's right. You censor what's wrong. That's exactly what they're doing. So anyone that has a fucking IQ above a fucking monkey, which they say we came from, shit, monkeys are smarter than half the motherfuckers in our world. Why do you think it is what it is? Oh my god, it's so fucking dumb. People fucking hell, people.
Anyone
And people say, well, I
down?
don't care about it. Well, you need to care about it because you're fucking humanity. You're part of human. We're all part of humanity. We're all humans. We should care about this shit. We should welcome in the creator. We should welcome in the actual science, not this rhetoric of bullshit that people want to fucking make up excuses for.
You twitch, ass face. Just gotta make sure. Either way, you're history. Steve, let's send you back to oblivion. And stay there. Where does everything go? Oh, another Z on the Barbie.
And that's what people don't understand. It's a mind trick that wants you to not notice it because you're dumb. But you don't notice it because you're too entertained by shit. I'm entertained. I surely know what the fuck's been going on for the last couple of years.
Let go, ugly! You twitch, ass face. I'm on fire! I'm on fire!
Oh, fuck, I died. He's gonna die. He's gonna die. Is he gonna die? Ah, he died. Ah. I still lose though, even though I beat him. He ain't gonna give it to me. Fucking beautiful. Woo. It's always been a battle of psychologicals. That's why they run the schools. They don't want you to notice it. Because once you notice it, you break free from that reality, from that echo chamber, from that bubble, whatever the fuck people want to say. Bam! It hit you all at once. It hit me all at once. I'm like, what the fuck? This is stupid. It's fucking dumb. This is more exciting than playing this fucking game because it's knowledge. It's what you're looking at. What reality is. I'll be right back. There's a lot of things to talk about today. Give me a big old thing of water. Probably order me a pizza. Fuck it. Let's do this shit. Okay. We're going to go through a huge transition, go through the history of just little things that have been sparking this for a while now. If you haven't noticed, say the music back in, you know, when Disturbed, Metallica, and all these like metal bands start to come out in that, I'd say late 70s, early 80s. What did they preach? You know, the first time they start preaching about, like, Disturbed did a lot of mental illness because he had mental illness. He dealt with suicide and stuff like that. So we can relate. And so he pushed himself forward to express what he actually, you know, feels about these subjects, which is promoting goodwill towards humanity, right? Blame and Confusion was one of the ones that actually supported how the world is. People live in a land of confusion. They don't know what the fuck's going on. They're confused, which is what's happening. But people are starting to wake up. They're trying to break that confusion. They're trying to look at the world for what it is. And other people that are stuck in it are like sitting there like, what do you guys keep talking about this stuff? That can't be real. And they keep on denying it. Well, you're denying it because you're confused. You don't understand. Are you didn't die yet? Well, I'm not playing. You're probably playing with survivalists. Yeah, survivalists gonna end up surviving a little bit more. Oh man, feels good. And you got Metallica talk about the stuff that he talks about. Oh, you're not doing Endless? Why'd you do an Endless? Talk about the SWAT. Oh, you're doing Wave? Oh, I gotcha.
Wave 1.
Yeah, you're starting to see the turn of events, and I just can't wait. It's just this shit's been in the works for the last 40 years or so.
You think that's it? There's plenty more sets.
Typing too fast.
No, you're good.
I'm a natural. Stop me! I double dare you! Gotcha!
Go to the barn, buy things. Not that it will matter. You'll still die. You didn't get hurt, but the test isn't over.
Who needs armor? Nice, huh? Bang, you're dead.
Not terrible, but that's just the warm-up.
I'm a natural. Someone call the cleaner!
Yeah, we're going to see it by the next couple of years. The midterms are going to be what they're going to be. You're starting to see the turn of events change dramatically. And it's going to be, you know, a good thing, you know. And once we get this type of events, it's going to start changing a lot of things. You're going to have a lot of people complain, I'll tell you that. People be like, oh my god, why you have to disturb my emotional gap in my bubble and that, because I have to believe in what they tell me in that because I have to. It's like if you like care about Amber Hertz, saying that Amber Hertz is beautiful. You can't harm something so beautiful. What about this woman? Isn't she beautiful too? Well, she's beautiful too. You can't harm her because she's beautiful. They don't look at the personality of anything. They look at fucking garbage. Like, come on, guys.
Damn it!
Oh man, that jumping is so quick in this game. Fuck off, dude. There we go.
Don't worry. Enough if I thought that was anything but luck. I would
They're fighting each other.
Area remains secure. None of the sets made it.
Nice.
Surprising.
That's what I keep hearing. It's a bunch of people complaining that, like, they're brainwashed to think these people are gods, celebrities and shit. And they're the worst people ever. Amber Heard's like shits on a fucking bed. You guys are all like, she's so stunning and beautiful. Bitch, shit on a bed. There was a reason why behind. No, the bitch shit on a fucking bed. What the fuck is your problem, people?
Pod closing soon.
Literally poops on Johnny Depp's bed. You're all like, oh my god. Jesus fucking Christ, people. You guys are fucking stupid.
They're right behind you. Well, almost.
I'm not even joking. You're just fucking stupid. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Oh, Doug.
Protect the area if you can.
It shows how brainwashed people are. I used to be the brainwashed guy. I used to sit there and believe in fucking space and shit. I mean, space is not what we think it is, but people believe, you know, in that stuff and that because of NASA and that. But the thing is,
You think that's it? There's plenty more sets.
Smackdown!
This area remains mostly secure. Is odds helping you somehow? Is this some sort of prank? You're not this good.
I need this on the Snapchats.
yeah, I used to be like that when COVID was all out and that.
If I thought that was
You know, I used to, hey, you know, someone coughs on me, I'm gonna fucking beat him up and that. Now I'm just like looking at it like, someone coughs and I'm just like, oh, they're just coughing. Not even joking you, that's literally how I thought about it. Because I believe the mainstream media and them. Then when I start using my motherfucking brain, I start looking at it. And I started looking at, you know, the certain things that people were saying that.
Move it, idiot.
And then I started to notice.
Ammo, all those things that help you not die.
Then you start to notice it's similar to the flu. For what they stated. You know, these are really, you know, just people that were stating the similarities of things and that.
Keep using the pod. I'll see if I can get your fingers.
And I got it, and I'm just like, well, I'm like, okay, well, I have the evidence of proof because I caught it myself. And my parents got in that, so, you know, I got it. And I was just like, huh.
Give you money. Spend it.
I didn't see nothing wrong with it. I was just like, okay, it's a normal sickness. I've been sick like this before and that. You know. And then I started to realize, that's when I started to change. It's like 2019, 2020 when the stuff started happening that. And then it was just amazing.
I'm a natural. Yeah. Oh, sting.
And like, I don't want to be censoring that, but these are my honest opinions about my own personal life. And like, I start to think. I researched this stuff before. I researched, you know, the skull and bones and the cultist, you know, stuff out there, the elites and that. The rabbit hole's very deep. And then I start to open my mind up. Who's doing what? That's why I come up to the conclusion as right now. Whoever censorships something is because they're trying to hide something. Because it's a narrative that they don't want to let it get out because it's the truth.
Ammo here.
That's just the simple facts of it. It's just the truth. But basically what it is, when you set up a cult of people and you don't want anyone to get out of there, normal people coming in, breaking the cult apart, then you start to realize why they're doing this. Because why would you want to lose control over something that you have so much power of? Exactly what it is. Because you have that power. Now, obviously, these are just my opinions and that, but it's starting to make sense, right? Why they keep on in saying, what's in the front list of video games? 2K shit, NBA, and all this stuff. It's all part. Fortnite, Warzone. They're all in the front. But then you forget about games like Killing Floor 2. Killing Floor 2 should be on the top list. This game's fucking amazing. It's got more content than any other game I played in a while. It's been out for 6 years, going on 6 years. Actually, no, it is already 6 years. And they're making new maps still. They're putting out new weapons still. They're still doing new shit. So you're fucking telling me that a small-ass company like Tripwire is coming out with stuff for free with a little bit of DLC crap with it. And these are a small company, about billionaire companies can't fucking sit there and give shit out for free. I wonder why. You can make an NBA game and keep on prolonging it, just add new shit to it. You don't need to keep on having people buy shit over and over and over again. Ain't like a motherfucking pizza that you can eat like I'm about to order right now. Okay? And that's what it is. That's what the fucking problem is. It's my little off-day treat. Every Tuesday and Wednesday, I always end up getting a pizza. Or, like, normally it's Tuesday when I get my first day off. I get a pizza and then I just chill. Shit's expensive, but whatever. I'm getting paid by Friday anyway. And, you're starting to see it over and over and over again. These transitions of stuff. You know, back in the old days now, you know, they have video game magazines and that. They talk about the hottest video games. They were actually good video games. Something happened that just changed it all. Where you get like Epic Games and all these twat fucking games and that. People, and they make one good game. Fortnite, I'd say, pretty cool. You're prolonging Fortnite, but you're also stealing a lot of people's money for the bullshit, microtransactions and that. Their bullshit loot boxes. There it goes. Wait for pizza. And this shit's getting stupid. And
She disappeared. Someone call the cleaner.
Yeah, it's really sure I see these transitions all over the place.
Damn it. And that's most of the wave.
That's why they keep fucking up. Like Resident Evil 3 was fucked up.
Got a cloaker.
How they changed it and made it to where it was short as fuck. But they made the main character hot as hell. They made her like her. She's a very sexy woman. Same thing Resident Evil 8. Resident Evil 8 was a short game too. But yeah, they want you to keep replaying so you can see Lady D and the hot ass daughters and that.
The resupply pod.
That's basically what it was.
Spend your dosh and shut up.
You want to see those hot tits and ass, so they're selling you for like a little bit of sex perversion and shit. Everyone talk about Lady D and fucking snoo snoo. Snoo snoo Lady D, you know, breaking your pelvis and all that shit and that. But back then, games were driven that way. Games were driven by emotions, good emotions. Nowadays, games are driven
to alleviate your suffering
by fucking stupidity
Found ammo.
and like a lot of sexual shit. They started doing that back in the old 2000, you know, when PlayStation 2 was out. You know, everyone knows about Dead or Alive. Dead or Alive was like one of those first like really perverted fucking fighting games. Chicks with big ass titties and ass and shit. That's what actually really started the whole thing. And people loved it. People bought the shit out of it just to see a bunch of jiggling titties and that. Because porn was, you know, there was more laws and stuff about all that stuff. But nowadays, it's too much money. The money industry of sexualization of, say, women and that is extremely fucking high now.
Bye, monster.
And that's why we got all this stuff happening right now with Amaranth, all these e-girls and that. Guys are having less and less relationships. Talk about why aren't guys having sex anymore? That's one of the narratives if you want to talk about it. That's because you got too much of it. But guys need to learn. Gotta take you motherfucker back to school. Guys gotta learn about the motherfucking money that you make. And girls do not like you like that. They will never like you like that. Never. You ever fallen for the oldest trick in the book? There's not, I mean, like, I don't have sex with anyone. I haven't fucking grabbed a titty in God knows how long. It's been like 10 years ever, like, full on grab a naked titty in that. And guys fucking do everything. Spend their whole fucking life making all this money in that just to fucking see a fat tit in front of their fucking face. It's hot, but you guys gotta look at it from a different perspective. That's stupid, because you gotta be more promotive as a man.
That's good.
You know.
Pod shutting down. Any second now. Wave 8.
Anyone need ammo? Got ammo here. One less asshole. Easy. Broke enemy here. Someone kill that. Rocket! Just gotta make sure. Watch the vent! Nice, huh? You're not dead enough. Yeah!
You and the stragglers. Only sure the next round is a challenge.
And this spot's amazing because they come from super far away. You're gonna actually be able to
Crackdown!
sit there and keep up with it for a little bit before they start coming out. Yeah, it's just out there that's been swinging for the last 20 years since I was younger than that.
Pod is open. Spend
Like,
your
sexualization was very small. You get porno magazines and that. As soon as the internet hit, that's when you start seeing enormous change.
But you're not going
And I'm not blaming these women for it. They're just using what they think is best to make their lives as rich and as fulfilling as they can. But there's always a downgrade to using what you call your body to make money. Is
Move it, idiot.
you get a lot of fucking
All those
issues.
things that help you not die.
That stuff does.
You get a lot of issues behind it. And then you get a lot of other crap that happens within that.
Time for some
Man abused and,
tactics.
you know, that sort of thing.
Adapt
I
or
died on wave 27.
Wait, 27? That's about right. Depends what map you're on in that.
Yeah! Calm down, man! One less aspect.
think that's it. There's plenty more sets.
You know that black house on steroids?
I died on boom, I hate that.
Yeah, I always die on boom too. I'm right there with you, bro.
Yeah! I need this on the Snapchat! I can't hear!
The only thing you can really survive is if you get the 50 cal,
You are so
or you get like a massive explosive weapon or something like that. Only the 50 cal with the survivalist is probably your best bet.
moving. A little blood loss never hurt anyone.
Yeah, like 50 cal just kills everything. As long as you get reload speed with it, you're pretty good. That gun's fucking astounding. Jesus.
Hello there, crappy
The
tech.
trainer pod design is not terrible.
Yeah, it gains a lot easier by itself.
Wave 10.
This was a family affair. Had to stick your noses in. How have you survived this long? The human body is highly conducted. Isn't that intriguing? This is how science really. Do I look concerned? As you can see, I have all the latest. Such blind. Armor, engage cloak and field. You're outnumbered now.
Getting expensive. Kindly die the next wave.
But yeah, that's what we gotta promote ourselves and that. That's why I don't believe in all that stuff and that. I used to be a huge Dwayne Johnson fan that I still am. I still watch his shit. Scorpion King came on a long ass time ago. It was on up at where I was working at work and that. And it was pretty fun to watch. I miss the older films now where you just want to make entertainment stuff, and now Dwayne Johnson's coming back with it. He's doing what the fans want. That's why he did all the steroids and that, wherever he did and that, to get as ripped as big as you can get to be Black Adam. And honestly, The Rock's a fucking gigantic dude. He's a he's a very powerful human being. But all the stuff that he had to go through to make it more believable that he was Black Adam, makes me want to watch it. So now, now when I buy it and that, I'm going to give him some of my money there because it looks pretty cool. It looks fun. It looks interesting.
Smackdown! Just gotta make sure. Nice, huh? You twitch, ass fake. I'm making the best mess ever. I see that. Gotcha.
No, it's like the new Halloween that. That one looks pretty cool too. I'm probably not gonna buy it. It's a little late. I'm gonna watch Black Adam first, honestly.
Got shiny new Kevlar here. Yeah! Just gotta make sure.
So try not to spend too much money.
Got ammo here. Angry lumberjack.
I love this nail gun so much.
Before I decide to shut the pod, we'll just sweep that squig back into the cloning vet.
Okay, my pizza's here. They know who it is. It's probably the same guy. Okay, got my pizza. Didn't get anything else, but I get a lot of toppings, so my pizzas are always massively fucking expensive. For the most part. See what we got here. Did pretty good job. Lots and lots of toppings. But I'm starving. Oh man. Bell peppers are my shit. I love
That's good.
banana bell peppers.
Papa would know exactly what that stuff does.
Pod closing soon. Hurry up so you can die.
Kiss. This guy's just fun to use. Got a shield.
Pod shutting down.
It's pretty cool actually, you can block.
Second now.
Oh man, I'm probably gonna sit here and relax and eat. Oh cool, got another leg. Let's keep this shit going, guys. Oh, let's get this channel monetized so I can start speaking my voice, because I need to have... I always will say this. I'm a researcher first before I'm a political person at all. I research all these events are happening. I like to aim for what you call a profit standard thing, and I always like this shit. I always like to see things turn out. It's kind of like a revolving door. One door closes, another one opens. That's how I think now. Things happen for a reason. Once you figure that out, your life will get better. Life is not just, when you get too much pity and emotions on yourself, you start to change dramatically to be a victim. To say, I don't want to do it because, blah, blah. The door's open for you. You have to be the one to walk through it. So I start doing that. I start walking through my doors. And now I'm changing as a human. I'm starting to, lift more weights. I'm starting to do things I like to do. And that's what it is. Fear is what keeps everyone at the plateau. Fear is what keeps all the people in the plantation. Fear is what keeps you on the bottom level. The people that break that fear are the ones that get on top. People that stop caring about what people think become stronger as individuals. And then you start meeting people just like you are. Start meeting people that are strong, dwelling people that want you pushed forward. And that's what it is. We have to have the means of pushing forward, but we also have to teach, people where I'm at in my life, and that I'm not the most successful person. I don't have all the money. I live with my parents still because of my fear, because of my psychological issues I had for the last 15 or so years. I keep reminding myself of that I broke through that psychological bullshit. I don't mind talking to people. There's a universal talking point. Yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Them four little things normally is the universal talking point when you talk to people, especially if you're, being nice. If you look at someone that's older than you, when you say it differently. If someone's around your age, kind of the same thing. If someone's younger than you, you say it in different ways. You say, thank you. Appreciate it. These are the small words that people need to understand. That is what is positivity. These are positivity words that keep pushing people forward. And people are scared of it. People are utterly afraid of it. Why? Because you're programmed to be afraid. To induce fear is to tell you that's wrong. But it is not wrong. It's actually right. That's what comes down to these narratives. The prophet's kicking in. Getting some of that Jesus God juice in me now. Dude, the reason why these things happen. People that they say live in an echo chamber, they've been like that forever. The people have always been like that. Every time you join any type of cult or religion or anything, a group, clan, whatever, you're in that echo chamber of things. You don't really like thinking outside of it. If you play any type of MMORPG like I have, and you play it for like 10 years or whatever, you're inside that echo chamber. All you talk about is Warcraft. All you talk about is EverQuest. All you talk about is Diablo. Or people are fascinated with Killing Floor 2. All you talk about is Killing Floor 2. There's literally channels, Twitch channels, that make millions of dollars a year just playing Killing Floor. Not even joking. Like, dead fucking serious. They play it all day, every day. They talk about updates. They talk about certain things they like to do in that. It's crazy. It's fucking absolutely fucking crazy. But the thing is, that's what's good about it. You're doing something that you like, and you push it forward. That's what it is. I'm doing something that I like, which is to play video games and to talk about stuff, and I push it forward.
And a Nazi Brazilian brownie.
So, and that's what we do as humans. We keep pushing it forward. That's why you defend people that are talking like this. And it's a beautiful thing. You don't need to love what everybody says. As long as you listen, you understand it. Just like what David says, you're right, bro. 100% right, because this is how the turn of events is. So, what I call ether is an electronic phenomenon that's been happening on our world for a very long time. And what ether is, it's a collection of electoral phenomena, electoral nodes and shit. Our consciousness connect to our ether. We're all memories. We're all some type of, form of electric beings. Our consciousness is up in the air, so anyone can tap into it. You remember they say on Ancient Aliens there's like a satellite, an unknown satellite they keep talking about, that like gives people intelligence? Well, the opposite, the truth is, it's the ether out there. Our consciousness is connected to it. I can only tap into certain things and see like visuals of certain things. It comes to you when you're more spiritual, when you start to believe, you start to notice. You believe and you start to notice, you start to know what's going on. The turn of events have been happening throughout history. The same thing here. Civil War. I keep bringing up the South and North of the Americas, right? Civil War. This is what it is. This is a civil war between the South and the North. But see, the thing is, you got a lot of people that are normal. They just want to have a normal life. They want to have to work in that, do stuff in that. But they're trying to see the turn of event. They're seeing that these people are literally, the rich people are seeing too. These people are attacking the rich people that build our societies, that give the middle class their money in that so they can go spend and build other billionaires up, build other organizations up. We the people, the majority of the people, the 99% people, are the ones that make the 1%ers. Without us hard working, they don't make money. If everyone quit YouTube and start their own platforms and put everything underneath the pay thing, so to speak, YouTube would crash. They'd be begging the people to come back. Would they not? Exactly the point. So just give the heads up. I understand that, you have billions of dollars now, but look how Disney is. Disney's starting to fall apart very quickly. Don't you think, Disney's run by their studio and shit. They make money off their parks and that. Now you look at it. They're failing. YouTube. Gotta listen to this. Google. You're an idiot. The CEO of YouTube. The turn of events gonna happen. Just start doing the right thing now before it gets too bad. Before you're the one on the chopping block. The signs are already there. The prophet has spoken. The signs are already there. The turn of events already happening. You might as well just say, I'm done with these people. I'm going to do my own thing now. Your YouTube, you make even more money. See, you've been making so much more money. You make double your profit because you're unshadow banning people. You're letting people talk. You're giving freedom of speech back. You don't need an Elon Musk to buy YouTube to do that. You could start promoting. Google, you could start doing your fucking job as a main billionaire fucking dickhead, trillionaire dickhead. We gave you our data so you could sell to other people to make money. It's time for you to give back to the people that made you money. It's always been like this. And it blows my mind that these motherfuckers are so dumb. Without us, you are not rich. Without people buying Tesla cars, Elon Musk is not rich. This is how it's always going to be. That's why you got all these dealerships trying to make a Tesla car, and they're failing. They failed over and over and over again. Shit's blowing up, melting down, not getting enough of a charge. The charge doesn't last as long as it's supposed to. Be the first one up to the plate. Take initiative over the bullshit. Because it's never about the fucking money now. When you have so much money that does not matter anymore, the thing is you can always lose that money. When we start getting our privacy back, when these companies stop stealing our data, what are you going to see? You're going to see an enormous transaction of companies going bankrupt. YouTube wasn't owned by Google. YouTube was owned by YouTube. It had its own thing. They sold off to Google, and that's when everything got fucked up. About like Google was the way it was. Google was a fucking search engine. Now look at them. They're making computers, the Chrome laptop. They're making all this stuff because they're a business. Without all that stuff, they don't have any money. They have nothing. Literally. Oh boy. But this is what's happening. And that's the reason why a lot of people have issues with what's really happening. So, just give you the heads up. It's going to happen, so you might as well jump on board because someone's going to end up buying your ass out. Not everything's owned by one person. It's owned by a whole bunch of people buying into it. So, just like Twitter. Twitter's owned by shareholders. Shareholders own all these big companies. Google, Facebook, all owned by share owners. People invest into the company to make it rich as it was building its platform. Someone made an idea. People came in and said, I'll buy your stock. I'll buy your stock. I'll sign. Bam! They become billionaires. What do you think happened to Twitter? Twitter stocks start to fall. They're like, dude, we're losing money dramatically. It's like, we're about to fucking leave this bitch. Elon Musk, smart. He's like, I'll buy it. What did he do? You guys didn't think it was going to happen, but he bought it. Only thing that's going to happen now. Turn of events. All Twitter's going to be nothing. But everybody come back on expressing their opinions about what's going on. Having evidence and facts about what's going on. And then what's going to happen? All these crazy commies that are controlled by satanic cults or whatever they might be are all going to start trying to fight back. But the thing is, truth and God is too powerful. God is too powerful. And he's going to push back. And you can't fight against the truth because you're at the false. You are the negative. We are the positive. You can't fight against it. You're going to get pushed back. You're always going to collide, but you're always going to get pushed back because truth always overcomes lies. Lies can be made up to an infinite amount, but eventually you get a catch-22. And all of a sudden the lies stop making sense. And then you start hearing the truth starts making more sense. You're like, well, they got evidence and they have no evidence. That's what's happening now. Killing Floor gives you more free maps, while NBA, Dickhead 2K, Go Fuck Yourself, 22, 23, till infinity and beyond, gives you shit. Gives you new roster. You can put that new roster in there for free. Raises up their shit $10 more. It's $70 fucking for that. Killing Floors, what, $30 still? Been on for 6 years. Got almost 40 maps. It's got all kinds of new guns. Still has the same perks. I wish they had more perks, but they got new guns. They're still putting out more content. 2K can never do that. Every year they gotta make something. Why? It's that money up front. Because people are fucking dumb and they keep buying this shit and they keep notifying themselves, well, I'm still making money. You can still play the same game and just add more to it. You can make it to where you can buy it. Warframe, for instance. Warframe's been up for the last 6 or 7 years. It's a free-to-play fucking game. And the game's beautiful. It's a very good game. Matter of fact, I kind of want to get back on again. You can buy stuff, but you don't have to. I'm saying there's other better things out there. This is what the turn of events are happening. Fortnite start the whole microtransaction, Epic Games, fuck Epic Games, whole microtransaction bullshit thing, and everybody else start doing it. Easy money for dumb people, right? And it started out with tap games. Tap games say, oh, okay, I can spend $28 to get 35 flame swords, but it only gets me up by 20k damage and maybe barely 200% damage. My items right now on Tower of Heroes, I got 1.5 million for my Claymore. Keep going down. Go to my next weapon that I have. That's just from playing it. I got 700,000% for my Flameberg. So what's the whole point of buying all the swords? Just I'm getting more damage? Or I could build up my arsenal of items. Magic Lamp gives you more percentage of getting rewards at the end of the dungeon, beginning of a new dungeon. I get a Blue Crystal, which just gives me more percentage of the ad stuff that I get. So I have a better chance of getting chests and more orbs than that. More crystals to be able to get fire swords, which they happen every like 5 minutes or so. I get a Book of Prophet, which gives me 100% daily boost.
Will be on sale.
And that's what it is. So you don't need to even buy anything. You just play it, and you just get what you get, and then you're done with it. My Tap Titans, same thing. You don't have to buy it. You can go through it really quickly in that. The problem with Tap Titans is it gets to the point where it's just outrageous levels in that. You have to be in a clan to be able to have that narrative to be able to push in between. Because nowadays, Tap Titans is just microtransactions. Very heavy microtransactions. I don't know, Matt. I mean, I might play Mass again. I haven't played Mass in a while. Oh, I need to eat. Oh. Oh, Did you ever beat Resident Evil 2 and 3, Matt? The remakes?
Same trend, one after another, signaling a massive
Yes.
Democrat Party. What happened to all of those blue waves? So many posts talking about the massive blue wave that was about to hit. Well, where have they all gone?
Okay.
They've seemingly disappeared over the last couple of weeks, and with good reason. The shift rightward is so obvious, so undeniable that even the blue anon losers on Twitter are secretly admitting that it's true with their silence. But of course, the greatest clue here, folks, is what the voters are saying, what the people are telling you. And that's why these focus groups give you the best key insight into what's going to happen on Election Day. And with a key focus on the state of Pennsylvania currently, well, let's just say it continues to look like the Democrat doomsday scenario that we've been predicting. But of course, don't take it from me, take it from the voters themselves. Let me show you guys exactly what I mean by that as we look at some more focus groups here. We've got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so the Democrats have been trying to pull a little spin job here, as if John Fetterman did a great job during the debates.
You still play Friday the 13th the game still?
Yeah, I thought he was really good. I thought he knew what he was doing. I thought he was strong. And look, Fetterman is Pennsylvania.
No, I haven't been playing that much. I've been playing other games.
That he appears to be. You know where he stands. He has great courage. He has no reluctance to say what he thinks. He's my kind of guy.
They've been trying to spin the narrative as if John Fetterman is real courageous, and that anybody who criticizes him is just being an ableist bigot. But of course, the biased media will do what the biased media does. What the voters are saying is near unanimous. They agree that Dr. Oz decisively won the debate.
What did you think about the performance on the debate?
Well, obviously Oz won the debate, but I think that Fetterman should not have been forced into that position. I think he should be in a rehab, which would help him a whole lot more.
Well, I think Fetterman, as has already been suggested, had a deplorable performance. I mean, it was. I really question his ability to fulfill the role of the senator.
And so it really seems as though the debate has sealed the deal here. Democrats are pretending as if they stand a chance because there's a New York Times/Siena push poll that just got released, which shows John Fetterman up by 5. But this poll should have never been released because the Dr. Oz/Fetterman debate happened on Tuesday, October 25th at 5 p.m. The majority of the data collected in this New York Times/Siena poll
I had
was
2
collected
people
on October
watching and
24
24
prior
commits
to
by the same
debate. And
person
that's not even
today.
taking into account that the
There you go.
Democrats play.
Yeah, you get a lot more people on Twitch, I'll tell you that.
To help celebrate Veterans Day this year, we're giving away this patriotic necklace for free. This is the limited, and that's not even taking into account that the New York Times poll has a history of overstating Democrats' support by significant margins. In Pennsylvania specifically, missing the mark by 5.5% in 2016 and 2020. The reality is here, post-debate, Dr. Oz has seen a surge across the board. Dr. Oz leads John Fetterman in 4 consecutive polls since debate, with the People's Pundit up 2 points, Coefficient up 3, Insider Advantage up 3, and Wake Insights up 3 again. This is the clear trend that we're seeing, friends, and it's showing up in the focus groups over and over again. Let me show you guys what I mean by a clear trend.
I've been a lifelong Democrat, but I'm here to tell you today that I'm flipping to Republican. I can no longer follow this party.
Wow.
Absolutely not.
Helene, what did you think about the debate?
Oh boy, I actually feel sorry for him. The people in his inner circle, his family, people that are around him, should never let that man even get next to a debate stage, let alone run for the Senate. I don't think he's physically fit. He wants to put up these safe sites for heroin addiction, injectable sites. He's for releasing the prisoners out of jail. I mean, we need law and order in this country. Things are going so far off the rail. I mean, I have so much that I would like to say. Just sitting here, it just makes me so upset because this country is gone haywire.
From Chris in Camp Hill, Pennsylvania, on that line for Pennsylvanians. Chris, good morning. You're on with our guest. Go ahead.
Good morning. I will be short and sweet. How come things were better under President Trump? Taxes were lower, food was lower, gas was lower, and now we got a new president, and all that stuff is sky high. You go to the grocery store, you can't get out of there for less than $100. You got to at least $50 or $60 for gas in your car, and it's trickling down and destroying the whole country. Why can't anybody see that?
I don't want my taxpayer dollars going towards funding abortions, and that's John Fetterman is going to be a 51st vote to get rid of the filibuster, which can get rid of the Hyde Amendment, which Joe Biden historically was for until recently.
The evidence is now overwhelming that the GOP is leading in Pennsylvania. Any other result would be absolutely shocking and frankly make absolutely no sense whatsoever. Of course, Democrats would point to their clear outlier polls, but not only do these polls seem like outliers, frankly, they seem like last-minute push polls. We all remember what the most recent New York Times Siena poll did, causing an absolute panic with the Democrat establishment. Nancy Pelosi during her media tour looking like an absolute fool trying to tackle that poll. Well, who knows? Maybe some phone calls were made, some little backdoor meetings, and the New York Times was motivated to start releasing some pro-Democrat numbers. It's the only thing that I could possibly think of. Ironically enough, Nancy Pelosi called the New York Times poll an outlier poll, but not for the same reason that we are. Of course, the last one was quite favorable to Republicans, especially of their tracking of female voters on the issue of abortion in respect to inflation. Well, Nancy Pelosi might have been right for the wrong reasons. As you take a look right over here, which poll is truly the outlier poll? As Raphael Warnock continues to tank in the polling data, and Herschel Walker is the clear de facto leader, with every single poll over the last 2 weeks suggesting a strong Herschel Walker victory. The New York Times Siena poll is the only outlier showing a Warnock +3 victory. The numbers the New York Times has published just don't make any sense. In fact, the entire Raphael Warnock surge from early October, none of it really made sense, to be completely honest with you. This narrative that Herschel Walker was an emotionally abusive father seems a little bit rich, considering we have this clip from 2020 showing Raphael Warnock's ex-wife saying he tried to run her over with a car, and that he's, quote, a great actor and really good at putting on a show.
And he's like, I gotta get to the airport, I gotta go. Close the door. And I was like, please. And he's like, well, I close the door, I'm leaving. And I was like, just hear me out. If your mom died and I had the kids, wouldn't you want me to let them go with you to the funeral? And he just starts backing the car up. He wasn't going fast. Like, I'm not bleeding, but I just can't believe he would run me over. But I've tried to keep the way that he acts under wraps for a long time, and today he crossed the line. So that is what is going on here, and he's a great actor. He is phenomenal at putting on a really good show.
Another race I'm fairly certain is going to end up in the R column. The overwhelming trend in these races is heading one direction, folks. You can see it with the data, and most importantly, you can see it with the voters. In all of these focus groups that we have been covering over the last couple of weeks, we keep seeing the same thing over and over and over again. The number one issues are the economy and crime, and overwhelmingly, we're seeing people agree that Republicans are the right people to tackle these issues moving forward. And here's another interesting element. How many people, like the lady we played earlier, have you heard say that they're lifelong registered Democrats and they're voting Republican for the first time? Let me ask you, have we encountered a single lifelong registered Republican who in this election cycle plans on voting Democrats? I haven't seen a single one. I'm sure they exist, falling for some of the Blue Anon conspiracies and MSNBC nonsense, but they're certainly not as prevalent as angry Democrat voters who are defecting from the party. And we keep seeing these voters pop up one after another, and they're all essentially saying the same thing. And one thing that I've noticed, which is really astonishing, is that most of them are women. And that backs up the New York Times female voter analysis that we covered from 2 weeks ago. Female voters, suburban mothers, who take care of family finances and budgets, the ones dealing with the grocery bills and basic costs of goods, the ones who experienced Democrat education policies over the last couple of years firsthand. Those are the lifelong Democrat voters that are defecting from the party. And friends, that spells doom for the Democrats heading into the next election, barring any funny business. Democrats are going to need a magic trick here. They're going to need to pull off a last-minute miracle to turn this thing around. And as I keep saying, I'm just not seeing it. Raphael Warnock's campaign is tanking. John Fetterman's campaign is tanking as well. And that already puts the Republicans in Senate majority territory. If a couple other pins fall, which are, in my opinion, quite likely, well then the Blue Anon Twitter crowd is going to be in for a very, very rude awakening as the voters send them a clear message that this short-lived left-wing Democrat Party is officially over. That's what I got for you guys, though. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel. I'm going to get out of here. Thanks for...
That's ridiculous. Love it.
The secret to growing your tool by 65% in a matter of weeks can be found in your fridge. Are you afraid your tiny buddy down there isn't long or thick enough for your woman? Don't worry. With this German adult industry mixture that you can make in your kitchen, you can grow your tool by 3, 5, or even 8 more inches in a matter of weeks.
What the fuck?
If you're happy with the size of your tool, skip this video.
Why the fuck would you want an 8-inch growth? What the fuck?
Hey guys,
I want my penis long! From my balls to my nose! Shut the fuck
The
up.
collective left is in total panic mode. I mean, sheer panic. Like I've been saying the last couple of days, the left only acts like this when they're losing power. It's the worst possible thing in the collective leftist mind. The idea of losing control, losing power, losing authoritarian rule, and the ability to control what people do and say. That's when the leftist machine starts to overheat and unwind, and we start to get these kinds of...
This is extremely dangerous for our democracy.
Sheer panic mode, losing power. They tend to say the same things over and over again. Some of you guys probably know exactly where I'm headed with this. What does the left do when they start to lose power? I'll give you guys a couple seconds here as I continue to stall so you can make your guess. What does the left and the corporate media always say when their back's against the wall, when they're losing power or losing control of the narrative? Well, I'm sure a lot of you guys got it right and said it out loud or are thinking it. This is a threat to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy. This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
And here we go. Buys Twitter. The left loses control. They're losing power already. You can tell they're losing power of the trending tab. Right-wingers are coming back to the platform. It's an even playing field, and immediately, on cue, a threat to our democracy. Let me show you guys exactly what's going on as the mainstream media is melting down. And then, of course, let's just debunk the garbage talking points. Like we always do, we've got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright, folks, so take a look at this clip that's going viral. MSNBC is livid that people on Twitter are allowed to question the mainstream media narrative.
The idea that the world is secretly run by this new world order, and it is trying to censor you. It's trying to prevent the world from seeing what's really going on. And that Nancy Pelosi and people like that,
What kind
those
you
people
drinking?
in the QAnon spaces right now, those people are at the top of that sphere. They are at the top of that pecking order when it comes.
It's a pre-workout. Oh, it's called Godzilla.
A full.
Nah, G Fuel. I'm drinking PewDiePie's berry. But this ain't G Fuel. This is a pre-workout. I'm probably I gotta do some chest. Actually, I did my back earlier today.
To how people believe in conspiracy theories, and I do want to stress this. Right now, trending on Twitter is the lie about this guy. It's the lie that it's trending. It's trending on Twitter as we speak, because Elon Musk pushed it on Saturday or yesterday. Sorry. I just want to make it clear how they got to this place. So, first of all, lies on the internet move faster than the truth. And that's in part why there are all these safeguards that Elon Musk is trying to take down on Twitter right now. The lies that were pushed were from bad pieces of information they found. For example, they said that Paul Pelosi was in his underwear. Of course he was, 2:30 in the morning at the time he was attacked. That led them to believe this was a lover's quarrel between two different people that knew each other. The reason they believed they knew each other is because the police put out a statement saying that they didn't really know who opened the door, so that led them to believe there was a third person in the house. So from there was this world building on the pro-Trump internet. What could be the opposite of reality here? And the opposite of reality they came up with was these two people were having a lover's quarrel in a house, and the police sort of intruded on us. It's fundamentally incorrect. It was pushed by the richest man in the world. And then yesterday, it was pushed by Donald Trump Jr., who posted a picture of underwear and a hammer and said it was a Halloween costume for Paul Pelosi. If we don't cut this out right now, not just the normalization of violence, but the idea that reality can't even exist anymore because it cannot catch up to the lies on the internet. I'm not a scholar on authoritarian history, but I've read Hannah Arendt, I've read all of these people. This is how it gets really bad.
What?
This is the start of something that gets really, really bad. If you are getting the guardrails off the truth, where it literally cannot catch up to the lies on the internet because of how the pipes work, how the system works, because of the incentives of the richest people in the world, then that's how you lose your democracy.
How dare Elon Musk question the approved narrative? God, these people are just insufferable.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh my God! I must bought Twitter. Oh my God!
No, it's not. It's just a challenge to your narrative.
How to get ripped within 30 days without gym and dieting? This extremely powerful high-tech muscle stimulator melts belly fat and makes rock-hard abs within a few short weeks without working out or dieting. It was developed by the U.S. Army for the Navy SEALs to increase their physical performance during exhausting exercises and missions by a whopping 386%. This gives them a massive advantage against the enemy in the battlefield. It uses some of the most advanced military technology in the world. It builds a spectacular six-pack that's clearly visible just after 2 weeks of using this device for only 20 minutes per day. It rapidly promotes muscle growth and decreases fat tissue all over your body. What's interesting about this device is that until a few weeks ago, it wasn't available to the public because only one company owned a patent for the technology. They were only selling it to the military, who could afford their expensive price of $4,000 for just one piece. But on March 15, 2022, the patent expired, allowing new companies to enter the market and start selling this powerful ab stimulator directly to the public. Most companies are still charging up to...
It's a challenge to your narrative. I mean, they don't seem to realize...
Okay, I watch a lot of liberal hive mind. And, oh my God! I must bought Twitter. Twitter was a safe bubble for a bunch of crazy people to just fucking hate on everybody. So, these crazy news organizations, these motherfuckers they're all weak, pathetic fucking, pussies, basically. And, they sit there and cry because they're not having it their way. Oh my god. More to come. There's a dumbass motherfucker from the news. MSBC. See, we have to stop this because they're speaking against the narrative. You know why people say that? Because their fucking bosses and their bosses' bosses, the elitists of the top corporations, saying, hey, you motherfuckers better do something or it's your ass on the line. The boss like, yes, sir, better, sir. Probably sucks him off a little bit, you know, a little drippage from his mouth. God forbid it's whatnot. God forbid that does that. Might be last my asshole. I passed out their boss good. Hey, bitch, back to your job. This narrative can't be cut. And here's where you get the news organization bosses. You know, say the same thing to the news anchors. Say, hey, bitches, better do your fucking job. This shit needs to end. And they're like, oh, yes, sir, yes, sir. They do it all the time. Come on now, we all know they do it. They're all like, oh my god, it's so bad. Hey, you bought it. What the fuck do you want to do? Not do it? Why can't we have talking points? Because you're sore losers? Oh my god.
Nice, huh? You're not dead.
Wow. Because they're sore losers, that's all it is. They're like the kids on the block that never knew how to win in anything. Unless someone gave them a fucking handout or gave them a fucking handicap of some sort. We're gonna handicap the strong people so you can win, right? Congratulations, you're special. Like, oh my god, I'm special! That's all it was. They call them handout babies. Oh my god!
I hate my older sister boyfriend, he's here.
What are you doing?
Nice, huh? I'm making the best mess ever.
I'm always curious about who that person is. Bitch. Yeah, this is getting really fucking intensive.
Second, asshole.
These guys don't know how to live life on these media sites anymore because of Elon Musk buying Twitter. They literally are blowing their stack. Like, they literally are probably going to be like, they're going to start a trend. They're going to protest Twitter. Say, we're going to go on a hunger strike, and we're not going to eat. Because you guys have to care about us. You know what we're going to say is? Okay. Go handcuff yourself to that railing and see if people care about your life, because you don't care about our lives.
Hello there,
Just like that car dealership in fucking Germany, all those fucking retarded scientists, climate change lie scientists, I guess, because the climate change never proved that it existed all the way. It's it's a freaking what's it called? It's a theory, never been 100% proven. Glue their fucking hands to the fucking floor of this car industry. It's the car industry. Okay. They turn off the lights. They turn off the heat. They're like, oh my god, you're supposed to care about us. Dude, you're literally fucking destroying our company. Fuck you guys. Sympathy is over with. It's time to go to work again. It's time for men to get some nuts in them, get some balls. It's time for women to get their ovaries fucking overcharged. Let's start pushing this narrative, because this shit's getting stupid. These people are fucking dumb. I know, Matt, your question mark. Yeah, that actually happened in Germany. It's a whole bunch of protester climate change people. They went into a car company and they glued their hands to the floor. And they were saying they were protesting. And they were complaining because they didn't have a bucket to shit and piss in. Now, you guys glued your hands to our floor. Why should we be giving you anything at all? It's like, dude, you guys did this dumbass shit. Can't have sympathy for how dumb you're. Stop it. Just stop it. I know some people still believe in that stuff and that because, you know, we were brainwashed in that a lot in school and shit, science and that. I mean, I was brainwashed and I finally broke it. I'm happy I did because this shit's fucking stupid. But, and then people always want to say, why the lie? It's for control and fear. How many times have talk about near hitting asteroids in the last 4 years? When Donald Trump became president, they talked about it. NASA brought it up over and over again, but they never hit. Near Earth, and they always do that. There's another one coming around. Another one, out of nowhere. They just make this shit up at the top of their fucking head. Another one's coming around. I thought these things come around over like thousands of years. All of a sudden, another one pops up out of nowhere. We didn't see it. What the fuck?
I would know exactly what that stuff does.
It's always easier to make up a story than it is to tell an actual truth. You can use a spit of truth and have a full-on narrative with lies in between it. Which is what's happening. It is ridiculous and fucking stupid. But that's what's been happening. It's very good for everybody to notice this. Even you, Matt. It's very good for you to notice this is humanity fighting against these tyrants of people. And these actual tyrants are the people that are spreading this crap. And we have to be knowledgeable. Can't just be playing video games all day and just think that we live in a fantasy world, which some people do. Been there, done that. But the real world's a little bit different. That's why there's a lot of shit going on. And people get, you can still be entertained, but you can still know really good knowledge. If anyone says that Elon Musk buying Twitter was the worst thing, which I have heard that stupid bullshit narrative before, I'm like, oh, why do you think that? Because you're trying to protect something. Protect what? The narrative. You're trying to protect a narrative that can never be questioned. But once it's questioned, and once you start seeing the holes in the narrative, it's like fucking Swiss cheese. There's a lot of holes in the narrative, but they keep going around them holes. And that's what's happening.
Back down. Done. sniper in the house. Anyone got a mop and
Yeah,
bucket?
that's why there's always so many issues in this world, just because of the bullshit.
He's got a cloaker. Nice, huh? Oh, thank you, me.
If you don't make sense out of it from your conscience, before you're supposed to make sense out of stuff, then that's the reason why we have issues. People don't know what it is anymore.
Watch out! Look them. Damn it!
That's most of the wave.
You're not better now.
That's what's sad. That's why I never look at things from one perspective. I look at it from multiple perspectives. If something makes more sense than another thing does, then I go with that. I don't just believe in it because I have to believe in it. No, I don't believe in shit. I want to know what the fuck's going on. I know that there's demons.
Do you wanna play?
I found ammo.
Yeah, probably at this round that. The only reason why I'm doing this is because I'm waiting for my food to digest and I'm going to be exercising. And I don't want to pause all the time when me and you are playing.
Anyone need ammo?
And this stuff I'm talking about, I just want to talk about for my stream and that.
Area breached. They're coming for you now.
You should really look this stuff up though, Matt. I don't know if you care about this stuff at all. It seems like you really don't give a fuck at all about this, but it's important to know.
I found ammo.
I think it's what most people say that, you know, they have to survive on their own, working that. They always say, once you start paying bills and start spending money for survival, then you start to understand how this stuff happens. Well, I was just talking about the whole Elon Musk, you know, buying Twitter and that
Who needs
it's a good thing. Start to promote actual freedom of, you know, speech and that on Twitter, because Twitter's been a very, like, far left, you know, bubble. And social media and media sites should not be like that. We should all be able to have our opinions. And we used to. Oh, man. We got another thing that's come out called COVID Embassy. What the fuck, people? That shit's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Now they want to, after all the stuff that came out with COVID and that, when COVID came out and that, had all these doctors get banned and get shadow banned from all these sites and Twitter and Facebook and that. Talking about how to deal with COVID and that, actual physicians. Fucking there's hundreds of them. There's not thousands of them. And they all got banned from all these social media sites because they didn't want to tell anyone. They didn't want anyone to know, you know, that you can deal with this sickness without, you know, anything else. They's banned ever. YouTube went crazy with that shit. You couldn't say anything bad about the vaccine at all. You can say the word vaccine. You just can't say anything bad about it. Nah, it's just fucking, God, man, it's so stupid. So dumb. That's horrible. When you can't speak your own fucking mind about something, it's horrible. Because a lot of people are thinking this. There's not a lot of people that don't think it. I think it, because it's stupid. We have thousands of doctors coming out, and they're trying to, like, give people the heads up of how you could deal with this. They immediately get rid of all of them. Full-on doctors. Been doctors for like 20, 30 years. Got private physicians and that. That's sad.
Still alive? Bravo. I
And now all these motherfuckers want to,
eviscerate you instead.
go back on it. Like, oh, no, we're sorry about it, guys. We didn't mean to not do it. And now they're like, please forgive us. Man, fuck you guys. I have no sympathy for weak people. You're weak. Ain't my fault you're weak. It's your damn fault. But they can always teach people how to be strong. You can never teach people how to be weak. For real.
I shall feast on your essence. Perhaps some grenades will finish you. Enough of this phase. Now your shrine can face new attacks.
What do they feed these guys?
Is this pain? Enough of these little attacks. Here is something more to think about.
You know, people back then used to be really strong in that. And the generations got weaker and weaker and weaker. No one wants to work as much anymore because they're all afraid. People are just scared of everything because of all this crap that's happening. And the world's gonna end. Why work? Been disproven. 2012 was disproven 100% because we're still here.
Oh, thank you, me.
And you got dumb fucking biatches like AOC saying the world's gonna end in another 10 years. Bitch, you're a diversity hire. You actually don't even know anything. You're a fucking idiot. Someone literally hired your ass to be a fucking idiot, okay?
Ammo, all those things that help you not die.
You definitely aren't that intelligent. You say you went to school on that. How? How the hell did you get a 4-year degree when you only been in the Senate or Congress for 4 years? Or for 2 years or something like that. It's 2 years. Or whatever it is. How the fuck do you get a 4-year degree of law? She didn't. They signed the paper and gave it to her. You're like, oh, go to me! You can't be that stupid for studying for 4 years of law. You just can't be that dumb. Blows my motherfucking mind. Wow. You stupid.
Quiet that siren down!
And this bitch thinks she's the hottest fucking Latino in the world. Bitch, please. You're not even that good looking. You're average at best.
I'm a natural.
All you wear is push-up bras. You got lopsided tits and shit, bitch. Get the fuck out of here.
Anyone need ammo?
You can tell Dungeon used to be a fucking bartender. Not saying all bartenders are dumb, but bartender fucking like New York. Sorry, New York. New York's got quite a bit of stupid people in it, honestly. I'm only saying that because New York's known like a shithole.
I'll make sure the next
Oh my god, pass it fucking away. Fuck off.
This will be fun.
I don't know how this heavy machine gun's not more powerful than a fucking G18. G18's not even that.
Got ammo here.
Why am I running so fucking damn slow? The fuck? Why am I running so far? All the fucking shit glitched out. Well, that's fucking pleasant. Can't even have my fucking perk on.
Sure, don't buy armor. See if I care when the settings are delivered. T-minus 10 seconds.
Yo guys, back set up.
Until you're death.
Anyone need ammo?
Wave 17.
God, that's just getting dumb.
Mr. Storm.
Hey, I hate when I fucking miss people so damn much with my fucking bullets.
You twitch, ass face. Barbecue time. Anyone got a mop?
Oh my god, what the fuck, dude? There's that many flash pounds coming after me?
One of those moody pleasures. Let's send you back.
Oh, come on! That fell through the map. No. Dude. That was fucking stupid. I was trying to get through, but they have like a fucking a radius around them you can't get through. That's fucking bullshit. Okay, well I'm gonna get my pre-workout in me. So get all my shit ready. Oh man. So they got a new gun. No ball in a while. Nice. You got the pumpkin hat! What else do I get? Play with my OP thing. Okay, I do talk, I'm not.
Realize that there's literally no difference. You know, these corporate media talking heads are doing a whole lot of assumptions, spreading a whole lot of fake news and conspiracy surrounding this whole Paul Pelosi situation. But they don't seem too concerned about that fake news or those bogus narratives. But some of the narratives on the opposing side, which, who knows, could be wrong, could be bogus, a lot of it's speculation. Those narratives are a threat to our democracy. Get out of here. Sanctimonious crap, please. Nobody is buying it anymore. And they always do the same thing over and over again. I read a book once, and now I know the telltale signs of a road leading down to fascism. And apparently, according to this dimwit, the biggest sign that you're losing your democracy and that your society is on a straight trajectory straight to fascism is free speech and the open discussion of ideas and opposing beliefs and theories. Yeah, I don't know what books you read, Mr. Highly Educated Media Man. But be full of it. Oh, the real threat to fascism. Oh, in societies where people are able to speak and speak out against media narratives and government narratives, those are the societies that barrel straight towards fascism. Said literally nobody with two working brain cells ever. Every society that has moved towards fascism has had one thing in common: fake news journalists who peddle propaganda for the powers that be. In other words, you are the face of fascism. You and all you deep state media hacks who essentially act like the American Pravda, the arbiters of truth, propaganda peddlers. But you know, maybe I'm not giving this guy enough credit. He may not be an expert.
Over the past 6 months, we have been investigating as well as exposing the truth behind all of these food processing plants that have been catching up.
Enough credit. He may not be an expert in fascism, but he certainly is an expert in fake news and how fast it travels. You fake news media hacks know a thing or two about how fast fake news travels and how the correction to said fake news generally can't travel fast enough to catch up. These media talking heads are the #1 peddlers of fake news and bogus narratives.
Trump, his administration, appears to have actually tampered with the records.
These White House records are not just incomplete. The gap suggests staggering and potentially willful omissions.
7 hours makes the 18 minutes of erased Oval Office tape around Watergate look like a game of patty cake. Donald Trump, a man who makes Richard Nixon look like a Boy Scout. Donald Trump makes Nixon look like a piker.
Kyle Rittenhouse crossed state lines, and then usually you hear with an illegal gun, which turned out not to be true.
You need to punish people that think that they can cross state lines, have an AR-15, and shoot people. That is the bottom line for me.
Rittenhouse crossed state lines into a community that was not his.
There's no evidence that Hunter Biden has done anything wrong.
There is no evidence of any wrongdoing between by Joe Biden, or by Hunter Biden.
There's no evidence that Joe Biden actually did anything wrong. There's no evidence that Vice President Biden did.
Ooh. love it.
Think of how enslaved people were treated. Border agents using some kind of whips around migrants at the border.
You know, there are all kinds of conspiracy theories about how he was entrapped.
The FBI agents didn't do anything wrong here, so I think that's important because there are a lot of sort of conspiracy theories.
Do they send these around with fax machines? They come up with these conspiracy theories and they send them around with fax machines. They should just knock it off and realize that their ridiculous conspiracy theories are going to be knocked down. Stop. Stop with the conspiracy theory.
We know that with the FISA application, the relevant parts of Christopher Steele's dossier were corroborated.
If the application included information from the dossier, it would only be after the FBI had, in fact, corroborated information through its own investigation.
Clear investigators have corroborated part of the dossier.
The dossier has been corroborated by the intelligence community.
U.S. investigators have corroborated some of the allegations in that dossier, although
We do know that parts of it have been corroborated.
We are not fake news. We are real news.
Much of the dossier
To murder lawmakers.
What does Putin have on Trump? Has Trump been compromised?
That Kavanaugh aided and abetted in the commission of a gang.
We are not fake news. We are real news. These are the
We are fake news or real news. Why y'all fucking say it like that, you moron?
American democracy and how the idea
Oh, you guys are fucking dumb. Where's my popcorn at? This shit's getting fun.
That's the damn antidote. That's the cure. People's ability to speak ideas, whether true or false, to speak those ideas openly and then to have people in an open
These are dumb.
research counter with facts or counter with more relevant data.
These are dumb
information.
motherfuckers.
That's how you get to the truth, to the bottom of things. That's how you combat misinformation.
Oh, you're so stupid. Love it.
Peddlers like you. And again, the cure to fascism. Fascism only comes in one form. Fascism comes through consolidated power. When the government is too powerful, when monopolies start to form, and especially monopolies who control the flow of information and ideas, that's when you get fascism. Each and every single time. The idea that decentralizing power is the road to fascism is completely, utterly ridiculous. It just goes to show how far the emotional manipulation really goes. The one common denominator is always power. They use all of these buzzwords: fascism, racism, extremism, domestic terrorism, a threat to our democracy. I mean, on and on and on. They use all of these buzzwords, which are clearly emotionally motivated, to make you feel scared, to fearmonger, to give you more power. The end goal is always power. And it's obvious just because the logic is so shoddy. Oh, I read a book on Hitler supporters once in 1940s Germany. Trust me when I tell you, those MAGA supporters, oh, they're Hitler supporters. Oh, I read a book on small government conservatives, advocating for limited government and more individual freedoms. Oh, trust me when I tell you, I read a book on that once. That's the ideology that leads to big government fascism. Get out of here with your nonsense. Again, it's just the continuation of far-left corporate media authoritarians losing their minds at the idea that they're losing a little bit of power. They just can't handle it. They can't handle losing power. And they immediately deploy the same disingenuous tactics every time their grasp on power is threatened. Just like they constantly do with Donald Trump, attacking him, slandering him, attempting to destroy him because he clearly stands in their way. That's what I got for you guys, though. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to leave a like. Also, please subscribe to the channel. I'm going to get out of here, though. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
Man, this shit's getting fucked up. I'm loving it, though. I'm loving it. The people aren't trying to wake up to the truth. All I have to say is, it's gonna hit you like a fucking brick. Eventually it's gonna hit you like a brick, and you're gonna sit there like, holy shit. That shit's crazy. Because it is. Oh, that shit really hits the middle of my chest right here. Ooh, that feels good. Shit's getting funny, guys. It's getting hella funny.
Do this brilliant trick for just 15 minutes per day to get an incredible abs without working out or dieting. An ingenious college athlete from Berkeley just destroyed the billion-dollar fitness industry by building a device that emulates 10,000 crunches in just a few minutes and builds a clear six-pack up to 10 times faster than regular exercise. The story began 18 months ago. David, a 22-year-old engineering student and a top athlete in his class, was training for his weightlifting championships. Just weeks before his big day, he got sick and had to take a break in his training. When he finally recovered, he felt weak and unready for the championships as his progress had...
What's on, everyone? Jim here from the Quartering, and we've been here before. I believe it was the Orange Man that said TikTok is an app that the United States should really consider banning for a lot of reasons, including things like how it's used to spy on Americans, allegedly, and how well, it's a Chinese-run app, and it's got access to basically everything on your phone. For me, TikTok is an app that is collectively making the youth of this country stupid. And enforcing, or reinforcing some of the worst, most brain-dead behavior on the planet. But I suppose that's kind of a boomer take. But the FCC commissioner has now said the government should ban TikTok, and we have bipartisan support. It's actually nuts, and we're going to get into that after a really quick word from this video sponsor, Meta PCs. Huge shout out to this video sponsor, Meta PCs.
That's crazy, dude.
Been around, you know that I've been talking about Meta PCs for a very long time. In fact, it's the primary computer I use. But it's not just because they're a sponsor. It's for so many more reasons. They have fully customizable, configurable PCs and all the hardest to find parts in stock and ready to go. They also have ready-to-ship PCs ready for you today. Here's a couple reasons why I like Meta PCs. First and foremost, it's veteran ownership. Meta PCs is a veteran-owned business. One of Meta's owners has served both in Afghanistan and Iraq and received a Purple Heart for his service. Meta also employs military veterans in Meta's Operations Center and also provides systems to veterans going back to school to help them re-enter the workforce all across the United States. And you're ready to rock. One of the Democratic Party's leaders, Senator Mark Wagner of Virginia, who is the head of the United States Senate Intelligence Committee, has said that former President Donald Trump was right when it came to security risks around the Chinese-owned TikTok. Quote, "This is not something you would normally hear me say, but Donald Trump was right on TikTok years ago," said Warner during a visit to Australia, reported the Sydney Morning Herald on October 25th. If your country uses Huawei, I'm not sure, Huawei, I don't pronounce it. If your kids are on TikTok, if your population uses WeChat as a social media platform, the ability for China to have unmet influence is, I think, much greater challenge than a much more immediate threat of any kind of actual armed conflict. Warner, who is currently in Australia to engage with local intelligence chiefs, politicians, and business people, also warned about the technological domination the Chinese regime is exerting over other countries and called it scary. China having this kind of technology domination in a number of countries ought to scare the heck out of us, because we've seen this kind of Orwellian surveillance state that they've already created in China. And Australia is also concerned about TikTok.
The United States is not the only country concerned about TikTok. Australia's Home Affairs Minister, Claire O'Neill, has ordered cybersecurity authorities to investigate social media giants' data collection security. O'Neill, who is the cybersecurity minister, has called on Australia to use TikTok to be cautious of the app's data collection. Quote, I'd say to Australians, if you're using TikTok, think about what data of yours might be being collected, and know that we're not always 100% confident on how that data is even being used. O'Neill said on Australian Broadcasting Corp, we need to take precautions in this digital age. What an incredible timing. What incredible timing for Elon Musk to be bringing back Vine, isn't it? What incredible timing. Snapchat and Meta shares pop after FCC commissioner says the United States should ban TikTok. Shares of the social media giant Snapchat and Meta spiked on the news that Federal Communications Commissioner said the United States government should ban TikTok. Quote, I don't believe there is a path forward for anything other than a ban. Think about that. I do not believe there is a path forward for anything other than a ban. Republican Commissioner Brendan Carr told Axios in an interview, Snap shares were up 6%, Meta shares were up 4% Tuesday. The comments from Carr, one of 4 current commissioners at the Democrat-led agency, do not necessarily signal anything pending against TikTok. The Committee on Foreign Investigation in the United States and the Treasury Department is reviewing the company's potential national security implications, given its ownership by a Chinese company, ByteDance, and the Justice Department is leading negotiations over a security deal, the New York Times reported. Well, we all know that our government will happily sell us out for money. So the question really becomes, would they pull off the ban? We already did this back when Trump was around, and we had him have a United States headquarters or something of that nature, some sort of weird end around to protect our data, but then only to find out days later that they had all
Virginia
sorts of
Tech
backdoors
University
into
cute
our
guy
data
gamer.
anyway, and that China had full access to everything we had anyway. We go back to
Virginia Tech University. What about that? I don't know anything about it. I never went to college, bro.
Right? Oh, these are weird. This article here. So here's the actual interview. FCC Commissioner says government should ban TikTok. Why it matters. The Council on Foreign Investment should take action to ban TikTok. Brendan Carr, one of 5 commissioners at the FCC, told Axios in an interview. Why does it matter? It's the strongest language Carr has used to date to urge action on TikTok. With more than 200 million downloads in the United States alone, the popular app is becoming a form of critical information infrastructure, making the app's ownership by a Chinese parent company a target of growing national security concern.
Do you
The
like
FCC
milkshakes or not?
the FCC has no authority to regulate TikTok directly, but
Milkshakes?
Congress previously has acted after Carr voiced concerns about the Chinese telecom companies,
Not really.
including Huawei. TikTok
I don't like milkshakes
is
that much.
currently in negotiations with CFIUS and
I like smoothies. More of a fruity type thing. I don't like a lot of ice cream.
Foreign company deals
Never
to
did.
determine whether it can be divested by Chinese parent company ByteDance to an American company to remain operational in the United States. See, this is not enough though, because we've done this before. We've had this conversation. We've done this multiple times in the past, and every time it comes out that they still have access. Want proof? Leaked audio from 80 internal TikTok meetings show that U.S. user data has been repeatedly accessed from China. Meaning, this whole let's move it to the United States. Why? So they can tax it, right? So they can tax it and have some sort of government meddling in it. Now we know with the DHS leaks, probably to police quote unquote misinformation, but even though they moved it, they still had access. Quote, I feel like these tools, there's some backdoor access to our data in almost all of them, said external auditor hired to help TikTok close off Chinese access to sensitive information like Americans' birthdays and phone numbers. For years, TikTok has responded to data privacy concerns by promising that information gathered about users in the United States is stored in the United States rather than in China, where ByteDance, the video platform's parent company, is located. But according to leaked audio from more than 80 internal TikTok meetings, China-based employees of ByteDance have repeatedly accessed non-public data about United States TikTok users, exactly the type of behavior that inspired former President Donald Trump to threaten to ban the app in the United States.
This is the problem when you only threaten to do it, right? TikTok adds nothing to society. It can be banned. I suppose so does Angry Birds, but Angry Birds probably doesn't represent the same kind of security threat. Like, we don't really know what they're doing with this data. The recordings, which were reviewed by BuzzFeed News, contain 14 statements from 9 different TikTok employees indicating that engineers in China have access to U.S. data between September 2021 and January 2022 at the very least. Despite a TikTok executive's sworn testimony in an October 2021 Senate hearing that a world-renowned U.S.-based security team decides who gets access to the data, 9 statements by 8 different employees describe situations where United States employees had to turn to their colleagues in China to determine how U.S. data was user data was flowing. U.S. staff did not even have permission or knowledge of how to access the data on their own, according to the tapes. Everything is seen in China, said a member of TikTok's Trust and Safety Department in a September 2021 meeting. In another September meeting, a director referred to one Beijing-based engineer as master admin who has access to everything. The recordings range from a small group of people, company others. So this, we know, it doesn't matter. They set up a place here in the United States, and they have every backdoor setup imaginable. I think that, unfortunately, Joe Biden doesn't exactly have a reputation of playing tough with foreign leadership. But in this particular case, I would strongly hope that Joe Biden, I don't really know that you can just, go and move it to the United States and expect that that's just going to fix everything. I don't think that it does that. I don't think that you really have a situation where I feel any safer. I mean, I'm sure you don't. Now, I'm sure that, there's a whole crop of white girls stealing dance moves from black girls that are going to be really sad that they can't go on TikTok. But, ultimately, there are good creators on TikTok, and not all the content on there is garbage. But, I guess they could probably use Twitter's app now. They can probably use all sorts of things.
Think of a CEO which is slowly destroying their own company. Doesn't really narrow it down, does it? Welcome to Bob Chapek.
Through the eyes of a consumer, all they see is what I call capital D.
I know you said you wanted more adult programming, but I didn't know you meant showing everyone your capital D. This was an interview with the Wall Street Journal, and it was 100% a crap. Yes, it was very sterilized. It was very corporate. But it allowed you to read between the lines into what Chapek wanted and what he actually got. But the most interesting part of the interview was the ulterior motive and topic that the journalist really wanted him to talk about.
What's the line for Disney in a changing world? In our divided world, Disney often becomes a political football. To address that by saying we're not going to get political, in a way, it's an object lesson of the challenge at this time. People love to get out there and say Disney's too woke, Disney's become too politically correct. Are they right? Do they have a point?
And you could tell this wasn't a topic he wanted to talk about. No, instead, Chapek wanted to focus on the customer and the customer experience, even though a lot of his answers in this regard were also incredibly contradictory.
How's the world changing? What does Disney need to be? What are you evolving to meet in the world that you see?
People have such a deep-founded relationship with Disney.
Yeah.
I mean, they love this company. Frankly, they don't even look at it as a company. Look at it as something that's part of their lives.
Yeah, part of their identity.
Yeah, part of their identity.
Yeah. The entire interview was led by the interviewer into certain topics. Chapek was engrossed in being pretentious about what Disney did. Oh, it's part of their lives. But he wasn't the one that brought up political terminology. That was the interviewer.
Something that's part of their lives.
Yeah, part of their identity.
Yeah,
really,
part of their identity.
Yeah. Now, as this is a corporate interview, no one speaks openly. You have to kind of translate the corporate language into normal human speak to actually get anything done. I was kind of struck with different things. I didn't know whether Chapek was thick, easily led, or whether he was stuck in a hostage situation that he had no idea of the way out of. And by the end of the interview, I think I ended up in a far different place than I thought of at the start. Now, I would hope that no one could reach a high position in a company while also being incredibly thick. But as I've worked in those environments, I know that's not true. But Chapek does raise some good points that would be great for the company.
Well, I think if we follow the consumer, we're going to be in pretty good shape.
No one is going to argue that you shouldn't do what the customer wants. The customer has the money that you want, and so your only job is to provide them with exactly what they ask for. It's great business. It's common sense. and what customers want varies around the world. And this is where the contradiction of what he says comes into play. But he also seems intelligent enough to realize that it is a contradiction.
And to go to your question about local markets, we built centers of creative excellence around the globe so that if there's particular content that needs to be built in India that caters to the Indian audience, we've got that now.
Disney is an international company. They have to give everyone what they want. But back home, there's a sort of underlying nudge, nudge, wink, wink assumption about what they're talking throughout the interview, especially from the questioner. He talks about a divided world, but he doesn't mean world. He means America. He means the West.
You know, what's the line for Disney in a changing world? In our divided world, Disney often becomes a political football. We're a few months out from the controversy in Florida.
And yet, from Chapek's perspective, there's a massive amount of money on the line around the entire world.
How many people have you got around the globe in those centers, roughly? Do you know? That's a big deal.
Well, we have roughly 200,000 cast members, as we call them, because we need to be strategically consistent across the globe. But at the same time, one size does not fit all.
Oh boy, are you right that one size does not fit all. In fact, Disney Plus wanted to launch in 41 other countries, and these include Qatar, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, and Yemen. I think it's safe to say that the ideas pushed by Disney at home don't exactly translate internationally, so you can understand why they need to spend an extortionate amount of money on local programming.
Got it. When you read, Lightyear is banned in this region because of this kiss or something like that. Shepherding, shaping, do you have views about what you should be doing there? Do you think that you leave it to the creators?
Yeah, we talk about shaping our content a lot.
And that raises a problem for people like the interviewer who seem to want to guide the conversation along a certain line to put certain pressure on. Why don't you do this?
In our volatile, in some ways divided world, is Disney often becomes a political football. So I know you want to reflect changes, reach all families, all kinds of families, be contemporary.
Yeah, it's obviously to reach every family you should update, be modern, contemporary. Every family has new, modern, contemporary ideas. Go forth into the light. Promise it's not an oncoming train.
But you also get blowback. I mean, Lightyear was banned in the Middle East. You mentioned Pinocchio. The ending has changed a little bit with sort of contemporary mores.
Now, due to all this, I think the interview fits into several different sections. And we're going to start at the nice, comfy area and then descend into the bowels of hell. Because we start with how he sees entertainment. And it's very much just a product. It's a conveyor line that has to be actually just pumped out at a certain speed. Because otherwise, people are going to leave the platform. We can't leave the platform, so we need them to watch something.
I think you like to talk about feeding the beast, the demanding content to keep a streaming service alive.
When you have a streaming service that has the risk of churn, you need to constantly refresh your services with new content. What is the rate of replenishment that you need in order not to churn people out? Essentially, we stopped creating new things for way too long. The fourth quarter of this year is where we'll finally reach some level of normalization in terms of new content for each channel.
And while he does mention quality, the pace and speed that we can pump stuff out is incredibly important.
Quite happy with our ability to have an output level with the kind of quality that we expect across all our distribution channels in all our countries without having to be a buyer. Our plan is to have all of our content creation self-contained.
Now, if a video doesn't reach a level I'm happy with, then I'll delay it a day. It doesn't seem like Disney's willing to do that. So they have a rhythm, they've got to get stuff out, it's got to get out the door. And that will inevitably lead to a situation where quality will suffer. So it does get very funny when he decides to focus on the quality of his teams and the talent available.
We have the best creative teams.
It was a lot of eating. There was a lot of food.
Best brands and franchises.
This is a show of legal paperwork
in the world.
What you least expect that you're going to want to see is Thor going through a midlife crisis.
I kind of assume Dahmer wouldn't be on Disney. Wouldn't be on Disney.
Okay, cool.
Or Squid Games.
They'll never know what you sacrificed for them.
As I highly doubt he's seen these shows, because if he had, he couldn't talk this way about the people that created them.
We're so blessed to have the greatest content creators.
But the other side of content is how we start slipping down into the bowels of hell. As he talks about the evolution of Disney and how the world's changing, the people are changing, everything's just so different now.
You know, what's the line for Disney in a changing world?
I am amazed at the elasticity of the Disney brand. Fans and our audiences put their kids to bed at night after watching Pinocchio. They're probably not going to tune into another animated movie. They want something for them.
And Disney need to evolve. They can't stay in the past. They can't just stay as a child's firm. They can't just stay making things for kids. Although I always thought they made family entertainment that anyone was supposed to be able to enjoy myself.
Again, I want to respect legacy. I want to respect what this brand is. We may be even more precious about what's Disney than the consumer base is. If the consumer base has more elasticity than we've traditionally had in terms of defining what's Disney, then we probably ought to listen to our audience.
And as time goes on, you get the impression that this is one of the main issues, rather than just being loyal to the legacy of Disney and picking a target market and providing content for them. He seems to have the impression that everything's changing around him, and the world is changing, the attitudes of his customers are changing.
But I think the challenge with becoming a company that's going to turn to its next century is not being so beholden to legacy that you're afraid to evolve, knowing that the world is changing so fast now.
And investors have their own ideas as well, so everyone's pulling him in different directions, and he's trying to compromise on all of them, rather than just staying loyal to what Disney was always intended to be.
But it also puts extra pressure on us because they don't think of us as a company when we do things that normal companies might do. You know, sometimes it creates a friction because all of a sudden they're like, why are you doing that? But of course we have shareholders that have different expectations. So one of the pleasures of my job is trying to balance all the different constituencies.
And compromise makes everyone miserable, especially if you think one of these markets is larger than it actually is, and yet it's antithetical to what your company should be.
We've got to change with it. I always say I'd like to be on the front end of the wave, not on the back end of the wave, and, you know, create those opportunities, create those transformative moments for the company and be bold. In the end of the day, if we follow the consumer, we're going to be great.
And this wave of change, at least at first, seems to be focused on America and Western entertainment, because all of the foreign nations, they're going to have their own local entertainment that's going to stay over there, and we're not going to see it over here at all.
So, for instance, in India, they're making Indian market content for Disney there. We might not see that here ever.
We realize the majority of it's probably going to stay within the market that it was created in.
I can't imagine why. Are you scared that some of the values over there would actually conflict with your new wave over here? Or are you scared that the audience over here would actually prefer that entertainment without your new wave of ideas that you're putting into the western part of Disney to update it for a contemporary family?
You know, your people love to get out there and say Disney's too woke, Disney's become too politically correct. You know, are they right? Do they have a point?
We want our content to reflect the rich, diverse world that we live in.
This isn't true, because the world would include those other countries where you're specifically siloing and separating out their content to make sure that it can't possibly influence anything over here. You're not actually saying what you're doing because your actions directly contradict it. What you're doing is using language which signals to a tribe that I'm one of you guys. Please stop attacking me. I'm on your side. I'm doing exactly what you want. You're not actually representing the world at all, because if you were, you'd have to represent a load of ideas that would really annoy those people at home which are pulling you in a different direction.
I guess that's another way of saying catering to your audience.
There's an ongoing assumption and an underlying message from both the interviewer and Bob Chapek that his audience want this, that his audience have changed. But is it his audience that wants this, or his employees?
But the world is a rich, diverse place, and we want our content to reflect that.
Yeah, as long as all that great and varied content stays around the world and the places where it was made, we're fine. But we can't let the people at home see it. Because there's a problem at home, it isn't the Chapek. There's a rot within your company which is really causing trouble for you, and it's leading your company down a horrible path.
We're so blessed to have the greatest content creators, and they see it similarly. You know, we live in a world now where everything seems to, be polarized, but I think we want Disney to stand for bringing people together.
We're going to bring people together by keeping all of our content from different regions as far away from each other as possible, because it all disagrees.
I always say when someone walks down Main Street and you look at the castle, you're not thinking, I'm on one side of the political spectrum or the other, and some of the push-pull of all these different forces. But in the end, we have to follow our North Star, catering to the audiences that actually love Disney. And all audiences that love Disney.
It's moments like this that make me think he knows exactly what he should be doing, and there's a whole host of Americans and people in the West that would support him in doing the right thing. So it begs the question then, if you want to stay neutral to cater to everybody, then who are these push-pull forces? Who are the people that won't let you stay neutral? Because the interviewer certainly won't.
To be clear, you don't think Disney's too woke?
I think Disney is a company that has survived for 100 years by catering to its audience, and it's going to thrive the next 100 years by catering to its audience.
A non-committal answer that can be interpreted by everyone to mean them. If you're not, then, well, he'll listen to me and cater to me. If you are, then, well, the world is changing. All attitudes are changing around the world, and that means me, because I'm on the right side of history. And given Disney's recent shows, changes to shows, and contemporary attitudes, all the talk about the advancing modern world, it's just moving so fast. It definitely seems like Chapek is moving in a certain direction. It doesn't seem like that's an option that he feels like he has, because the programming of Disney definitely hasn't. But is this false perception of change, the enlarging of the customer base on one side rather than the other, is that all natural? Despite him talking about the audience all the time, is that actually the driving force within the company? Or is he a bit more honest later on in the interview and directly contradicts himself about why these things are changing?
We're a few months out from the controversy in Florida. What do you think he did right, and what do you think he did wrong? What are the lessons you've drawn from that?
I think the lesson is the lesson that we probably always knew, which is at Disney, it's all about the cast.
No, on the one hand, the easy common sense solution would just be to stay out of it entirely, not take a position on it. You're producing entertainment. You're not changing the world here. You don't have to comment on anything. And that's the position that Bob Chapek had originally. I'm not going to get involved. Disney does not have a position on this stuff until a certain thing happened in Florida and they had to go back on it all. Chapek said, no, we've got to take a stand. We've got to make a position on this. But was that what he wanted to do, or was that more influence? Was that a position that he had to take because of certain influences outside of his control, but within his own company?
If you think about the nature of why people have great Disney memories, what they remember more than anything is guest-cast interactions. So if that's the key to a great guest experience, then you have to make sure that the cast is at the center of everything that you do.
What happens when a CEO loses control of the company that he's meant to run?
So, reading between the lines, you misjudged how the employees would react with your initial out of the gate, and you had to get that right, because that was a challenge for you, their reaction to the original stance of not speaking out.
With this in mind, it changes the entire framing of the interview. There's lots of subtle subtext about what the customer wants, and I think he's intelligent enough to realize that customers want different things. That actually, we don't need to get involved in this. We shouldn't. We're a business. We're about money. That's all that matters. And yet, on the other hand, Disney is a company which has filled itself with so many employees, which are willing to actually destroy everything, that he has no other choice.
Well, what I would say is that we were reminded through the passion of our cast reaction how important their sentiments are on these issues.
This is someone who is held hostage within his own company. Sure, I can do what I think needs to be done from a business standpoint. I can do what I know needs to be done for the shareholders. But on the other hand, there's a very loud minority of customers that will kick up a stink, and then that will enable the employees to kick off about it. And those people I can't control, and I can't do without.
So people call you and they say, give me advice, Bob. What do you tell them?
Stick to your values, stick to your North Star, simplify the cacophony of voices out there, and do what you think is right.
Now, my solution would be, if a worker causes problems for you, then they shouldn't work for you anymore.
Part of it is, particularly in Florida, people were very personal with you. It got very personal for some people. It is very personal. It's a reminder of the importance, as you said, of Disney in people's lives.
But it might be that Chapek's solution is more to silo down across countries, to set up different areas around the world so that everyone can cater to the local audience. Now, the West may be a weird mix of a small number of people who just cause all the trouble. But around the rest of the world, well, we can separate those out.
We all want to make everybody happy all the time. I'm not sure that's possible in this world.
It raises an interesting question. If your company rebels, what do you do? Well, You can set up local districts in their own countries with their own ideas who won't cause that problem for you. But even then, is all as it seems. Are you setting up local companies because they know the culture, know the customers, and know how to give them what they want? Or are you setting up local companies so that they know the people and know how they can slowly influence them over time?
So again, we have to sort of distill this down and say, who do we want to be? Who do we want the company to be? And by the way, my own personal feelings aren't really important. Yeah. What's important is how people think about our company. I wash all that away and say, what do we want the capital D Disney company to stand for?
Because that leaves him with a major problem. If he has filled his company with people that will not back down, and yet he also wants to expand across the world, which requires making local programming for each one, then you end up with a problem where eventually the same employees which caused trouble back home and made you destroy your company in one region will also decide to move into those others. They won't see those as a future market for you to move into and entertain the people to give them what they want. They will simply see that as a vector of a way of changing their attitudes, of slowly, incrementally changing their attitudes over time to agree with them. The same attitudes that destroyed everything Disney stood for back home originally. I think Chapek left to his own devices without being pulled by these other influences may well have just kept Disney as a neutral entity, but that no longer seems to be an option. This isn't someone who's stupid, but it might be someone who's naive. If I just throw the staff a bit of red meat, then they'll go away. He doesn't realize that they'll just keep pushing forwards at all times. And even if they actually entirely win at home, then they'll just then take all of those carefully created local businesses you've made that's separate from them and go for them as well. And I would lead towards naivety, because there's a lot of talk about how the tides are changing. This is a whirlwind. There's a wave going forwards across society which is changing everything. And to me, that signifies that he believes it all. That he doesn't realize that, no, this is actually just very local people, small numbers of people who are just really loud. So he's been taken in, held hostage by his own employees at the top of his company. It's like, okay, look, we're just, whatever you say, dude, you're so important to me, I can't do anything. Now me, I'd replace them. But apparently that's way too difficult, which I can understand when you've got 200,000 employees across the world. But it signifies one thing: if this is the direction of Disney, if they're stepping up their programming so that from Q4 onwards this is just going to be a constant pump of content all the time, then it's going to have these ideas. They're going to keep doubling down on it until they realize, probably too late, that this is a huge mistake. But by that point, what will have happened? Will it have moved into these other countries? Will those countries even let them? And if they stand firm, will Disney just back off and let them have it, or just keep trying different methods of attack until they eventually worm their way into the culture?
I love it when I get copy strike for this shit. Fuck you, mainstream media. No one cares about you. Okay. Well, I'll get off. I'll get back on a little bit. I gotta digest and do stuff.